Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Nocturnal Nerdcast Pop Culture in the Dark. I am your host, Eric, and most of you guys here are regulars so far. Shout out to some of our channel members who are here first. Fetishians in the house. I hope Supergirl gets at least 70 million revenue via box office and then add digital sales. Good to see you. Jose's here. What's up, everybody? We also have Dalton in the building. Jaybird is here. Thank you guys so much for showing up. What's up, Cody? Good to see you. Chris, good to see you. We got a bunch of interesting stuff to talk about tonight. I am going to be talking about The Boys at the end of the stream. So we'll see if anybody wants to stick around for that. I'm not sure. I mean, I kind of know a few people that are watching it, but not everybody. So it might just be us. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. What's up, Tony? Hey, Saltex Shark. Good to see you. We're going to watch the trailer for The Punisher. Apparently, there's a new Mortal Kombat trailer. Is it new? It showed up as like an updated trailer or something, and I was like, is this a new trailer? We'll take a look at that. What else do we have in my notes? Notes. We're going to take a look at the Super Mario Brothers Galaxy movie box office and how it's affecting Project Hail Mary. We've got some updates on the Paramount stuff with David Zaslav. Yes, we got a few things to talk about tonight. Let me go ahead. I'm going to share my referral link now. There we go. How's everyone doing? How's it going with everybody tonight? Everybody having a good week so far? Tonight is the last cold night in my area, at least according to like weather forecast. It's in the 40s here, which is pretty chilly. It's not the coldest we've had, obviously, but it's pretty chilly. But it's supposed to be much warmer. Much warmer the next few days. So I'm happy about that now, but I'm pretty sure in like a month I'll be telling you guys it's too fucking hot. So there it is. A Silhouette Animator with a member chat. A member for 4 months. I feel like you've been a member longer than 4 months. Maybe you dipped out and then you came back. You saw the Ryan Kennel edit I sent in Insta DMs on Instagram. I did not. I will look here in a second, though, for sure. Sports Production 2.0 with a $5 super chat supporting the channel. Thank you so much for that, Sports Productions. I'm guessing you just wanted to send it over to show some support. There's no message. But thank you. I do appreciate that. Definitely means a lot. Can we talk about the draft thing tonight? Which draft thing are we talking about? Draft thing tonight? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Hunter. Let's see. I'll check out Instagram now. What do we got? Messages. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even know if I feel like if I share that I'll get in trouble because YouTube has a very strict policy on like bullying and there's certain things you can get in trouble for. I think that might be a step too far for YouTube, but that's really funny. Thank you for sending that over. Oh, the military draft thing, is that what you're talking about, Hunter? Yeah, nothing really shocks me anymore with the government. However, I think things are heading in a different direction. I saw some people saying, well, it's the same thing we've had forever, but it's not. It's different. Not every state was doing it. It wasn't something that was mandatory for every state. So it's a little rough. But hold out hope because I do believe the tides are turning. I've seen some stuff this week that I was shocked to see. It looks like a lot of the online space is starting to push back. Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, all of these people are pushing back. And so there's that. Has everybody here watched The Boys yet? Too fat to join. Same. Has everybody here watched The Boys, or would you rather me wait till the end to talk about it? Because I could do it now before anybody even gets here. Nobody's in the green room right now. Not yet. All right. Should I save it for the end? Should it be the final topic? I'm just curious. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Yeah, the second episode's ending is the biggest spoiler in the whole thing. I want to talk about it. I know that Joe's not watching it. I know that Phil has seen it already. Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's listen. I'll give my thoughts on it now. And then if people show up, they show up. I won't spoil anything though, okay? Is that fair? I can say what I have to say about The Boys without spoiling it, and then if you guys want to super chat, you can. Matter of fact, let me put a banner at the top, just in case. Actually, you know what? We'll do this. We'll put this up here at the top. All right. I'm going to talk about it before anybody gets here. This season of The Boys seems very MAGA coded. Very, very MAGA coded. I know that some of it was already in place before the season started. And again, I'm not going to spoil the end of the second episode. Don't worry, I won't spoil the end. But you guys want to super chat questions about The Boys, you can. I don't know if you remember, but the other night we talked about Eric Kripke saying that he felt like, or he wished that he would have been able to have some time, more time with Trump as president before they wrote the season, because the season didn't really, he couldn't say much about it. But after watching these first two episodes, I don't think it really moves the needle the way Daredevil does. I think Daredevil is much, it's just better at doing the allegory right now. The Boys is trying to balance what The Boys was with like where we are now in politics. And I don't think they pushed the buttons hard enough on The Boys. I think Gen V, shout out to Gen Z. Gen V, I think, pushes the buttons more. I think that's a show that pushes the social buttons more than The Boys does. And it's weird because The Boys started out that way. If you go back to like seasons 1 and 2, The Boys were ahead of the curve. They were doing things that felt new and fresh and different and all of that. And then somewhere in the middle, reality started to catch up with the show. So this season, it was really important for them to go beyond that reality. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to do it before the end of the season. It's quite possible. We have plenty of episodes left for them to turn the heat up, for sure, with The Boys. And I think that we probably will see that, especially with characters like Homelander and Starlight and some of the other characters. We'll definitely see that, for sure. But for a opening of a season, it was very mild sauce to me. Right? It was just very mild. I honestly really wanted it to be bigger. Like let's just, again, no spoilers here, but the Trump references with Homelander, we've done it for the entire show, pretty much. And it almost felt like Homelander was in his Coke Zero moment. It didn't feel fully realized at the beginning because he's kind of in control of everything. And, people are afraid of him like they have been pretty much the entire show. So I feel like they just didn't push it enough, in my opinion. And I think they could have gone further with it. Again, we have plenty of time left on the show. So this is just my criticism for the first 2 episodes. I think we can get there with Homelander eventually. I think we will push it far enough with Homelander. So that's fine. The camps where they were keeping the Starlighters, right, is extremely nice compared to like the real camps that people are being shipped to in the real world. And I'm like, the joke doesn't land because it's an assumption that we wouldn't have people in camps. And CCOT overseas definitely is. I say overseas. It's on the same continent, but it's not in this country. So, we have that. And that's an awful place. And then the boys just it didn't land that way. They have a food joint in there and stuff like that. I'm not saying that it was a nice place to be, obviously, but it didn't really push the buttons for me. It didn't push the envelope. It didn't move the needle. Yes, okay. So Spooky Kitty says I like this. Yeah. This to me felt like it was enough. Like I got that reference was fine. The positives of the episodes, though, because I don't want to be poo-poo the whole thing. If you guys didn't watch my review, I talk in much more detail there about my thoughts on it. I think the show looks great. I think all the acting was wonderful. I think the writing was really strong. No one did a bad job. I don't think it was one of those things where someone stood out to me as a sore thumb of being like a weak link or something. So none of that really bugged me, and I enjoyed it. You'll have to go see what I scored it in my review, where I give my score and explain that in there. I didn't give it a bad score, though. And Kamiko talking, I'm not sure what the purpose of that is going to be. And like I said in my review, I keep referencing my review, but like I said in my review, I don't know enough about the later comics of the boys to know if the show is still trying to follow that storyline. I know some of it is the same, like the Homelander stuff is very similar, but I don't know how many of the other characters are similar to where they were in the comics. So for me, I'm just judging it based solely on what the show is and what the show is doing. That's it. I'm not judging it based on its fidelity with the comics. Well, I know people are going to disagree with me, Lone Wolf, and that's fine. I look back at some of the other seasons and some of the other things that happened. These first 2 episodes, there are 2 possible spoilers. One of them was a character death, which I saw coming a mile away. So I didn't feel surprised about that at all. And the other one is the big surprise at the end of another episode is a character we know is not going anywhere. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like it did as much as I wanted it to do, but that is 100% on me. I'm still going to support it. I'm still going to watch it. I'm still glad that it's back. I had a good time with it. So, no major complaints about it. I just wish they would have pushed it a little bit harder. So, he says, I like the first 2 episodes here of the season. Most people liked it. Few people have this opinion. I didn't dislike it. That's why it's so tough in 2026 to give criticism. It's so tough. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I think everybody did a great job. I have no complaints about the overall design of the show, the acting, the writing. No issues with that from the standpoint of whether or not they did a good job. I just wanted them to push it harder. It feels like the real world is worse than the world of the boys for the average person. Like, considering what's happening. The only difference is they have an evil Superman. But even he seemed like he was more, like, I don't know, preoccupied with other things that were going on. So, I don't know. That's just how I feel. But that's it for my boys stuff. If you guys want to super chat things to chat about, you can. And we will talk about them even more. We are officially 15 minutes into the stream. And it's just us. Now, whenever I say that, somebody pops in. So I'm waiting. Nobody yet? It's just us, everyone. And that is a very dangerous place to be to be quite honest. Okay, so we have this new feature on StreamYard where we can do a poll, but I don't know if it just makes a poll on YouTube. So we're going to test it out. I'm going to ask you guys what's better, pizza or pasta. It's a very important poll. I want to see how it functions on StreamYard because I don't know yet. So let's try this. Oh, wait. It just functions with the chat. Look at this. Look at this. This might be my best. This might be the best feature they've done in a long time. Wow. Should we use this for like the for the I'm trying to blank here. The super chat goals. Should we use this for super chat goals? Instead of the one on YouTube? This is pretty cool. I think it only counts at one time, Chris. Right? It's not moving. So I think it only counts at once when you do it. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. All right. So if I stop it, does it give us a percentage? Hold on, let's stop and see. Look at... All right, StreamYard, you know, we've been in a very abusive relationship for a long time. A very abusive relationship. And I have to tell you, this is probably one of the best things you've done in a really long time. And I could have done this forever here in Streamlabs, but I'm always in a tiny box. I'm always in a tiny box. And over here, it's on the screen. And we can move it around too. Look at this. Look. We can move it here. Move it there. Move it there. Move it there. We can move it around the screen too. That is absolutely incredible. All right. So we're going to delete the poll, but I have to say that's pretty cool. StreamYard is not my bestest friend now, but I definitely think that's a lot of fun. Lone Wolf says, I DM my thoughts on The Boys season 5 so far. On Discord? Did you do it on Discord, Lone Wolf? Yeah. Lone Wolf says, while the core of the characters remain the same, their experiences over 4 seasons have significantly sharpened and changed them, making them feel like the totality of all their experiences. Anthony Starr is the MVP of the series. I will not disagree with that, but I think that Soldier Boy is my favorite right now on the show. His portrayal of Homelander is the best it's ever been, focusing on exploring Homelander's vulnerabilities and his subsequent overcompensating through bravado. There we go. Naruto with a $2 super chat. Non-spoiler thoughts on Invincible. This is interesting. I'm enjoying Invincible. I actually like Invincible more than The Boys. And I know that's kind of a hot take because some people don't like the fact that it's, you know, animated or whatever. By the way, is it just me? Or is the animation on Invincible much, much better in the last couple episodes? Is it just, am I making that up, or is that something that other people are seeing as well? I'm not sure what's going on, but I feel like the animation is better in the last couple episodes of Invincible. And I've been very, very, very happy about it. I'm so excited for the season. By the way, my boy is back. My boy is back. And if you guys know, if you've been around for a while, you know who my boy on Invincible is. Chat, do you know who I'm talking about? Do you know who the fuck I'm talking about? Now, I do realize, due to the comic books, there is something that's going to happen to that character, but I'm going to enjoy that character being back for as long as he can be. So yes, I will enjoy that for as long as I can, even though I know there's a possibility things will go really badly. We're going to do this. Look, I'm going to ask you guys, what did you think of The Boys premiere? And we're going to say great, good, all right, and chop. Chop is bad, by the way. If you say it's a chop, it's bad, right? So here we go. What did y'all think of The Boys premiere? You can vote. Great, good, all right, or it's a chop. Sound off. Oh, yeah, Lone Wolf, for sure. I feel like there might be some trolling going on here. Are y'all trolling me? Is this trolling me tonight? Bob, this is a StreamYard feature. You type the number. See 1, 2, 3, 4. If you type that number, it automatically adds it to the vote. You can only do it once. You just have to type the number. It's not in. It's on the screen. Is it not on the screen for everybody? Yeah. Over here, this is a new StreamYard thing. You just have to type the number of the one that you're picking, and then you'll see it move in real time, which I think is kind of cool. So while we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the first topic for the night. Where's it at? Actually, hold on. Let me cancel that. Figure out which one I want first. See what happens when I add something while the poll is going. Oh, it stays on the screen. So RIP to anybody on the bottom half. Anybody on the bottom half. I would probably move it up over in the corner. Like if I honestly, if somebody else were here, I'd do it like that. I'd put it over here. To be nice. We'll leave it down here for now. Chris is like, this is weird. Someone is usually here by now. Is it? Are y'all mad about it? Are you mad that it's just me? It's just me? So let me ask you guys a question. Staggerworth says this method is better. Do you mean the poll? The way it's being done now? Is this better? Is the poll better than doing it on the YouTube poll? Do you guys prefer it this way where you can kind of see it on the screen? I think it's better, personally. I appreciate you, South Texas Shark. That means a lot. All right. Um, oh, I'm not worried about it. I am totally comfortable streaming by myself. I am totally good. If anybody shows up, that's wonderful. If they don't, that's fine too. We're going to have a good time. All right, so Gen Z goes to the movies. Younger audiences are driving the box office. We're not going to read this long article. I'm just going to tell you guys the important bits. So Gen Z moviegoers are driving the box office. It's a Fandango study, so it's from Fandango. 87% of Gen Zers and 82% of millennials saw at least one movie in theaters in the past 12 months, compared to 70% of Gen Xers and 58% of baby boomers. So the oldies are not going to see movies. In that demographic, they're not going out and seeing movies. They're sitting at home and watching it on TV. Gen Z and millennials also returned more frequently, with each demo averaging about 7 visits per year, just ahead of Gen X with 6 and baby boomers with 5. Now, I thought this was an interesting topic to discuss with everybody else, but since it's just us, you get to hear me talk about it, and no one gets to challenge me at all, which means I will be right 100%. This just reaffirms kind of what I've been thinking about movies and the experience of going to theaters in general, as someone who is, in fact, a real DJ that works a lot of different events. I can tell you that the average people coming out to events and socializing are below the ages of 45. Shocker, surprise, that the people below the ages of 45 and predominantly under the ages of like 35 are the ones going out and drinking and partying and doing stuff. So it's really funny that this poll just reaffirms what we've been saying for a long time about this. Me personally, what I've been saying about this, the movies that are being made now don't need to cater to an older demographic. It is unnecessary to do that. And I'm not saying that nothing has to cater to an older demographic. I would love if something revolved around me once in a while. But the reality is my group is going less than Gen Zers and millennials and just slightly more than baby boomers. So all this poll did is it told me exactly what I already knew. I already knew this. And I think everybody should have known this. So whenever we hear these guys screaming about movies not being made for them, it's because y'all aren't going to the fucking movies. Why would they keep making media for people that aren't spending money on tickets? And they would say, well, that's because they're not making anything for me to go and see. We're talking about a year, bro. A year. A whole year. It's not 1 month. It's not 2 months. It's a whole year. These people that are younger are going out and spending money on tickets. Give me a break. This is pretty crazy, to be honest. Big Fieldy, good to see you. You're right, the younger the culture now. I had to realize that myself, and my kids helped me up in my eyes that the world is theirs now, and my job as father is to support them. I go back to, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit congested, you guys. I go back to when I was growing up. And anybody that's in my age group, which is the officially old as fuck age group, you would know that when you're growing up, your parents would try and tell you that this isn't real music. Back in the day, this was real music, right? Or they would say, these TV shows nowadays, they're so graphic. They show so much. They're so bad for us. What has happened is now with technology and access to things and the ecosystem being the way it is, you have people that are in that old person demographic that instead of mixing and being a part of the community in a productive way, have decided they're going to use their powers for evil. And so now they are just their parents telling them to not do things and that everything sucks and everything is bad because they didn't have to walk up the hill for 5 miles in snow with no shoes on to go to school. As an older group of people, as someone who is part of the community as an older person, my job should be to make things better and easier for people that come after me. That is the entire point. That is why we're doing what that is how communities thrive, is by making things better for those that are coming after you. Meaning, if I can make things easier for the people that are younger than me, I would prefer to do that than to make it 3 times as hard for the people younger than me. Why the fuck would I want people who are trying to make it in this world, why would I want them to suffer more than I did in order to be valid? Why would I want that? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Shouldn't make a lot of sense to anybody, to be quite honest. So when I hear stuff like this and it's like, oh, well, this demographic is driving the sales at movie theaters. It's driving the car for all these other things. When I see this, I'm just like, yes, this is true. This is real. Geriatric as fuck. Every day, all day, with my walker and my cane and my pain medication and my slippers. I will be making YouTube videos from the old folks' home. You will not get rid of me when I am sitting in bed with 5 other old people around me asking me to turn the TV down. I will be broadcasting from there while I'm getting my free fucking ice cream. I will be doing that. It will happen 100%. 100%. We actually have someone that did show up in the green room. Finally, I pay them too much money to not be here. I'm just kidding. They get paid nothing, so y'all should be really nice to them. Jake has arrived. Let's move the poll, Jake. Look at the poll on the screen. What do you think of that, Jake?
You could have selected a better show, but I'll let it slide.
Well, it's a test. It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
So there we go. No, this is the new StreamYard poll. It's much better than the YouTube one. All people have to do is hit the number, and then it goes up on the screen, and people can watch it in real time. I think it's very cool.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah, I think it's really, really cool. It is just like everything on StreamYard, a little bulky. Like you have to move people around to get things to work.
Everything comes with some tinkering. I thought there'd be people here by now.
Yeah, no one's here. No Joe, no Phil, no Darren.
Bunch of fakers. I know. So I know Phil said it's a coin toss on him tonight. I know he has something going on, so he might be here. He might not.
Oh, it's okay. We were having a good time. Now you're here. We have double. It'll be 50% more exciting now that you're here because we have to still watch the Punisher trailer. Which I've not seen it yet. So
if you would rather stream alone than with somebody else, all you got to do is say that.
Yeah, that's not what I said. But we're gonna stop this poll here. So you stop the poll. It freezes like that. We can see what the winning amount is. And then we can delete it and start over if we want. This is incredibly cool.
16% shop. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I was not. Look, I gave it a pretty good review. I just said that I wish it was a little bit more. It pushed the envelope a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of people, I guess, think that means that I'm saying it sucks, and that's not what I said. So
people are entitled.
It is what it is. It is what it is. So since it's just the two of us, we might not do a thing at the end because
I didn't anticipate that we would.
Yeah, I actually thought we might. We might. We still have superhero nitpicks, and if it's just the two of us, we don't have to even really spin the wheel. We can just say what they are if we want.
Remind me of that criteria again.
Superhero nitpicks. Things, I guess, about... Well, actually, let's do... if it's just the two of us, let's do our favorite video game characters.
Ooh, all right.
That's one of the ones that won from a while back.
Yeah, and then we could incorporate more people into that if they come in.
Yeah, if they show up, we will. But,
yeah, if they show up, hint.
So we'll just do 3 of our favorite, and you and I will just bounce back and forth. We won't even spin the wheel on that one. And we exactly, yeah. Jonathan says, reminder the new Monarch episode is out and is amazing.
That shit doesn't look like episodes. That looks like movies.
It is. I will say this. There's one thing about Monarch that like people I don't think understand. Uh it's well made. Like it's not a TV version of that world. They spent money on it. I think it's actually a really 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 good series.
Looks well made, and it actually has a story.
Yes.
You know, it actually is got compelling characters, which already puts it a step up from Peacemaker. What?
100%. Let's see here.
Oh God, Chris said the duck from Duck Hunt. You know, I've got somewhere, I don't know where it is at the moment, but I've got that like 3-game combo cartridge where it's Super Mario Brothers, World Class Track Meet, and Duck Hunt. I've got that cartridge somewhere. God, now I want to go find my Nintendo and hook it up.
Trying to find the numbers for, because we're talking about video games. I was wondering about Super Mario Galaxy movie. Trying to see where it's at.
I mean, I think they are. I think the numbers are better now than what they were, because critics were didn't have the nicest things to say. But if
I don't usually.
But if I'm going to be blunt, you guys know sometimes I'm not nice either. I'm just real. This movie especially is not a movie for critics.
Yeah. So it says here, in just 8 days, the Super Mario Galaxy movie outpaces Project Hail Mary as the biggest 2026 release at the box office. It's got an 8.7 million on second biggest, number 2 biggest second Wednesday ever for April releases. Let's see, a 74.7% drop from last Wednesday opening day versus Super Mario's 10.8 million at 66.1%. So Mario's holding better than Project Hail Mary, but that's not a big look. Project Hail Mary is a great movie, but Super Mario is an IP that we know is going to bring people to the box office. It's just, that's the way it goes.
Yep.
Second biggest. Oh,
yes, Chris, breaking news. Sorry if you weren't accustomed to that by now. I just looked at the chat.
Biggest second Wednesday ever for video game adaptations, beating a Minecraft movie. Beat Minecraft movie at 5.5 million. It hit 231.1 million in just 8 days.
Speaking of video game movies, are we going to talk about the trailer that came out today?
Well, I wasn't sure. I asked earlier and I didn't get an answer. Is it a new trailer for Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, it's the one to announce tickets.
Okay, all right. We'll watch that too.
Yeah, I put a reaction to it earlier.
I bookmarked it because I was like, I don't know if this is completely new or not. So
dude, it rips, man.
Okay, well, I'm excited. Highest grossing second Wednesday ever April releases: Super Mario Brothers movie, Super Mario Galaxy movie, Endgame, Infinity War, and Sinners. Interesting.
I'm surprised. I thought maybe No Way Home is right under it.
Maybe. Well, was No Way Home released in April?
Oh, for April. Sorry.
Yeah. It's April.
my bad. When was Avatar released? The original Avatar.
I don't know. Like you're talking about the OG one from 2009?
Yeah. Fuck, it's been that long. Good God.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Let's see. Lone Wolf with the $5 super chat says, "You see the Fandango 10 movie summer list. Some films aren't in the list. A little surprised by number 3 is over number 4. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, you mean what their anticipated movies? Let me find that. We'll look at that too. I kind of know what's in there, but if you're saying it's a surprise list, I'm worried. Let's see. Let's see. I'm seeing it on an AOL.
What's up, Tony? How you doing? Didn't see them get to this. I haven't seen shit about One Piece. I've just heard about it from friends.
All right, so this is the I can't believe it's on an AOL page. Like, I don't know if people still use fucking AOL. Anthony here says it's only based on 6,000 people. Okay. We'll take a look at it anyway. So here it is. These are the most anticipated movies of the year as compiled from data from Fandango's latest release of its movie-going trends and Insight Studios. Comes from votes from moviegoers themselves. The list features some of the biggest movies set to release this year and includes, in order, Toy Story 5. Does that shock you, being number one?
No, not at all.
Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Not shocked.
The Devil Wears Prada 2 at 3. Look, I'm excited for that movie, but at 3? Really?
I didn't expect it to be that high.
No, I thought it'd be in the top 10, but 3 is crazy. The Odyssey is number 4. Scary Movie is number 5. I'm not shocked about that either. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that movie. Moana is number 6, even though people have talked about how ugly everything in it is.
It's not everything. It's just Dwayne Johnson's wig.
Minions and Monsters at number 7.
Not shocked.
Mortal Kombat 2 at number 8.
I'm glad it made the list.
Yeah, Supergirl at number 9, and the Insidious is number 10. The Sony Blumhouse.
I'm a little surprised Supergirl's that low.
You know, so this is movies of the year, right? These are not all summer movies. Notice there's a.
Oh, this is the entire year,
isn't it?
Movies of the year is compiled from.
Does it say summer?
I mean, it doesn't say summer, but judging by these releases, it looks like it's just summer releases.
That's what I'm saying, because Anthony says only summer. I'm like, yeah. Well, I don't think Mando counts as a summer release, right? It's a spring release.
Spring, yeah, it's May. But then again, Mortal Kombat is May, so.
It's the end of May, though, right?
No, it's like the middle of May. It's like May 8th. Wait, doesn't Mando come out after that? Doesn't Mando come out after May 8th?
I think so.
So what the fuck, Fandango?
Yeah, it's May 22nd.
See? I rest my case.
That's concerning for Star Wars. Right? I mean, that they're not on this list.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people have loved to complain about.
Anthony says Masters of the Universe isn't on here either.
Yeah, because that's a June movie, is it not?
Yep.
Yeah, that's like what? Is it the week before Supergirl, or is it 2 weeks before?
I think it's 2 weeks.
God,
it's an interesting list, though. It does show that but look at the variety in this list, though, right? If you look at it, you have animated stuff, you have comic book stuff, you have video game stuff, you have.
Wait, hold on. Where's the Odyssey? Oh wait, sorry, my bad. I was blind. I didn't see it.
Number 4.
Evil Dead Burn's not on here.
No Disclosure Day either, Anthony. Good call.
No Disclosure Day. Wow. Who gives a fuck about the Mandalorian movie? A lot of people, you'll find.
Interesting. Again, though, I think it was Anthony said it was only 6,000 people that were polled, it's still not a small pool of people. It's not small, but I don't think that speaks to like everybody. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, okay. You know what? You think 6,000 is a big number? Let me quote one of my favorite movie villains here. There are 8 million people in this city. Sorry, had to. Whenever I have the chance to do that, you know I'm going to do it.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and make a poll for tonight, since we're 3 out of 5 super chats.
I got an option for there if you want.
We'll put it in the private chat before I put this
out. And if you want me to elaborate on this criteria, I will.
Okay. Jason said Master of the Universe fans are all 40 and over. I would say Devil Wears Prada 2 are probably all 40 and older, too.
That's Master of the Universe fan, right here.
Are you 40 and older, Jake?
I'm not 40 yet.
Take a shot. Jake quoted Raimi again.
I was about to say, I'm not that old yet. All right, so I put 3/5 in this thing just because in the event that we either do 3 or 5.
All right.
But there it is. I thought that'd be a fun one. And it can be specific versions. It doesn't just have to be them, period. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right. Let's see. All right, we're going to do 2 more here.
I was just thinking about that list. You know how long it's been since I've seen the original Devil Wears Prada? A long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Like, when I was watching the trailer for it, I was like, oh my God, I forgot about so much of this stuff. By the way, some of the people in the movie look the same as they did back when that first movie came out.
I mean, potential hot take. I like that movie. It's not one I find to be very rewatchable. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion.
All right, so here we go. We're going to do it this way, and here's the poll. So if we hit the goal, we will be doing one of these. Remember, it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on what you want. 1 is worst box office champs, meaning movies that...
I was going to say, can you define that?
Yes, I'm going to define all of them. Worst box office champs are movies that perform well at the box office, but you don't think they deserve to perform well at the box office. You have to substantiate why you think that they underperformed. The second one is Jake's, which is fictional characters you can't stand. Movies that didn't deserve sequels, pretty self-explanatory. And best lead characters of all time, not actors, but lead characters. So the characters in the story that you would think are the best of all time. So, everybody's voting now. I love this thing. It's amazing.
Oh, mine is winning by a good amount.
Yeah.
So just for criteria's sake, and maybe this will, help people vote this option. I don't know. But whenever I say fictional characters we can't stand, I don't mean like, say there's a really hateable villain in the movie, but they're meant to be hateable. That's the villain and the actor/actress doing their job. You're supposed to hate them. I mean, somebody that's just, you don't like the way they're written. Maybe it's the performance that does something for you. You just don't like the concept of the character.
Look who showed up. Maybe
they're actively irritating, all that stuff. Get in here, you sexy piece of meat.
Lance has a dad. Damn, Jonathan. Oh my God, that's a fucking...
Is it because he's black, Jonathan?
I think that's what he was insinuating.
It's fine. Lance gave me...
Just kidding.
It's fine. Lance gave me a black card. I can say that.
Wow. Tyrone Magnus is an unemployed, unsmart, and clown grifter. Damn, okay.
I looked at one of the YouTube compilation things where they throw, like, God knows how many reactions on a screen, where they're like, here's this many people reacting to something. Me, Ronan, and Darren all did a joint reaction for the Wolverine gameplay that released, like, way back when. And we were right next to that fucking clown Tyrone Magnus.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Of course you were. All right. Is everybody ready to watch the Punisher trailer? I think I'm ready to watch the Punisher trailer. We're almost at the 2-hour mark. So we're speaking common sense now. Yeah, exactly. Actually, we do have a super chat before we do that. I did see one pop up here from Lone Wolf. $2 super chat. I'm surprised Prada 2 beat Odyssey in the list.
I'm a little shocked at that too. Especially considering how much buzz Christopher Nolan got after Oppenheimer.
Yeah. We also got another super chat here. Oh, we officially hit the goal. So we will be doing something on that poll.
Whoa.
Naruto with a $5 super chat says, when do you think X-Men 97 Season 2 starts, before or after Spider-Man? Marvel has a few shows that need to come out before Doomsday. What do you think, Jake?
No comment.
Do you know something?
No comment.
Uh-huh. When you say starts, do you mean like starts on Disney Plus, like for us to watch? I'm guessing.
I'm assuming that's what the comment means.
Yeah. I'm going to go with after Spider-Man. I'm going to say after Spider-Man. I could absolutely be wrong, but I'm not going, and I'm not putting money on it. This isn't like a $5 bet or anything, but what the hell, Jake? Jake's being very quiet. All right, so let's watch the Punisher trailer here. This is IGN. It was the first one that popped up.
Not getting anything out of me. I watched every episode of Law and Order.
Let's move the poll over to the other side. There we go. Actually, we'll hide it while the video is playing. Here we.
And now a bunch of dancers are going to be out of work for the next few minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go.
Hey, Frank. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I haven't seen this yet.
Talk to me.
Ooh.
Tell me what's going on.
Whoa!
Very cool.
Oh.
Think God's gonna forgive us for the things we've done?
Shit. He's got a whole
I'm
board.
not sure about me. But you?
You ain't got a fucking chance.
What the fuck? Look at all the stuff going on in the background while he's walking.
How much of that shit's actually real?
That's all you got? That's all you got? That's all you got? That's all you got?
Oh my god. All right. Hype through the motherfucking roof on this one. Oh my god.
I've been saying Marvel needs to do more of these.
I agree. 100%. This is incredible. In the chat, what are y'all thinking about this?
Sorry to like smash on your topics, Eric, but mine's winning by a country mile.
I know. Well, I think it's because we told people it was yours.
Oh. I mean, if we told people it was mine, then I thought it would be in last.
Oh, no. Did Marvel fridge Curtis? I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that one.
So Doleboy goes, this is going to lead to a brand new day, I bet. So this is the interesting thing. They mentioned, spoilers for Daredevil Born Again, they mentioned that Frank is not around because he's doing something. His apartment is empty, which I believe is going to lead into this story in the special here. And then this story is probably going to lead into how he ends up where he's at in Spider-Man. So I think it's pretty brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Serenity says, looks so boring, skip like I skip anything Punisher.
Missing out.
Chris says, no, Jake, we pretend to want you to lose. Oh, okay.
That's dedication.
Thomas says, better watch the show first before Spider-Man comes out. I would say it's probably a good thing to do, for sure.
Yeah. And considering it releases before and you have the chance to watch it before, I would watch it before.
Dullboy Jack says that has to be a troll. What are you talking about?
What?
That has to be a troll. I don't know what Jack is talking about there.
There could be there were a lot of things said in the last 2 minutes, so anything could go there.
Yeah. So I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago with Darren, because I'm pretty sure he's the one that brought it up. But Marvel has a really good 2026 lineup this year.
Oh yeah, between their live action film lineup, their presentation lineup, their animated show lineup, the live action shows that have already come out, their game lineup. Yeah, this is going to be, I think, lining up to be one of Marvel's best years in a while. And I even made a bold prediction out there. Say Wonder Man, which was already really good, say that ends up being the quote-unquote weakest of 2026. That's a high fucking bar.
Well, it's also funny to me because I don't think there's, and I'm talking generally speaking here, like not an individual person's taste, just throwing this out there as a general statement. I think most of these things are things that people are actually interested in, for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everything seems to have like an audience that's there to watch it, opposed to what we were seeing in like phases 4 and 5, where they were being more experimental with some of their choices. This year doesn't feel like an experimental year. I mean, you can count Wonder Man as like an experimental property, but the rest of them feel more like they curated exactly what they wanted to put out, and they know what people want.
And I mean, like Spider-Man makes money, Avengers make money, so those were safe bets. As long as you don't royally fuck it up, those are safe bets.
Look at that. Look at that.
Ooh.
All right, everyone that wants to vote, we're going to leave the poll up for about another 5 minutes or so. Pick your vote on one of these. You get to pick between 1, 2, 3, or 4. We did hit the poll or the goal, so this is why we're doing this. And yeah, it's really interesting. I actually like having the widget there. I wish I could resize it a little bit, but other than that, I'm really happy with it. So let's do this.
Yeah, apparently StreamYard's been doing something lately where they'll just randomly select a few clips from a stream to try and make their own shorts out of. I don't know if you've noticed that. It happened with Lance's stream the other day.
StreamYard did?
Yeah.
Like in the StreamYard app, or the StreamYard, like their official social media?
In the thing, like on the computer, like the official application tried to do it.
Really?
Yeah. To like auto select some moments.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And in fairness, we didn't see that it happened on Lance's stream until like morning after. So.
Right. I'll have to keep an eye on that. That's really weird.
Oh yeah. Now StreamYard is killing this channel. Damn it, where's Omega?
Let's see here. I'm trying to find the Mortal Kombat trailer because you said that it's a new one.
Yep. God, that trailer rips.
9 hours ago.
Yep.
Get your tickets with Carl Urban is what it says.
Yep. I loved the hell out of that first movie. I'm stoked for this one.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got. Let me share the screen. And we're going to hide the widget for the thingy for a second. And then we'll do this. All right, here we go. This is the Mortal Kombat 2 official Get Your Tickets trailer. So let's see what we got here.
It's showtime.
Mortal Kombat 2. Get tickets now. Damn.
Ooh!
There are 8 billion people on this planet. And Mortal Kombat is upon us.
If we lose one more time, the Earth is gone.
Johnny Cage. This is a war to the fate of your world.
I
I hope your ancestors are watching.
Not the OG music from the original soundtrack.
Yep.
Now would be a good time to use those powers, mate.
You wanna know my power? I am Johnny Cage.
Oh, we're...
Oh my god.
Damn.
Remember, if you fell, the earth falls with you.
Uno mas, thanks, Ed.
Bud Light sponsor.
Sub-Zero.
I am reborn.
Noob!
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that's the younger Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2, rated R. Get tickets now. Experience it in IMAX. Only theaters May 8th.
Oh my god.
All right, everybody, go change your pants.
What the fuck?
There was a blink and you'll miss it moment of Quan Chi. I don't know if you caught it.
Yeah, I saw it, but I'm trying to find. Is it towards the end?
Yeah, he's wearing a hood, so it's a little hard to tell it's him.
Yeah.
No, it's before that. It's before that. By the way, right. Sorry, I was trying to emphasize that shot. That Baraka shot. Yep, right there. But one of those popcorn buckets needs to be just Baraka's Tarkatan mouthful of teeth.
Yeah.
As a popcorn bucket. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh my god. I okay, we talked about Marvel having like a good year this year. I think movies in general look really good this year.
Yeah.
Like I think we have a lot of really fun films coming out.
And
So
Big
I'm
Phil
pretty
Eat,
excited.
yes, that's a good catch. That was Ed Boon as the bartender there with Carl.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, with a Bud Light sponsorship in the background.
Of course, of course.
But I mean, come on. Johnny Cage drinking something as weak sauce as Bud Light. Come on, go for a stout. Sorry, that's the American in me coming out.
I want to say that this looks better than the first one.
Yeah.
And I like the first one.
I really like the first one, but I think this one's going to be a big step up.
Wow.
Now, did you notice one character that's not in this trailer except for like a second?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of them. Who was it that wasn't in there?
Who was a prominent character in the first movie that you've seen?
Liu Kang?
No. Prominent character in the first movie that you've seen very little of in this marketing.
Scorpion? Who? Tell me who it is.
Cole.
Oh, I forgot about Cole. Is he even in the movie?
A little bit, but I have a theory that they're probably going to do what they did to Johnny Cage in the first 5 minutes of Annihilation and take him out of the movie.
Oh my god. That would be hilarious. Look at this shot right here. So good.
I am Johnny Cage. I'm sorry, that is so something Cage would do. I'm actually
You know
meeting
what my powers are?
I'm meeting the original Johnny Cage later this year, actually. Lyndon Ashby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think we can go ahead and stop the poll. I think there's no shot of anything else actually winning. So.
Oh, you want to pull up that comment?
So there we go, Jake. Remember, this is one of yours. So.
I'll remember.
Okay, let's see which comment. Which one are you talking about?
The question asking about MK characters.
Oh, right here. This one.
You got a favorite?
I have a lot of favorites, so
Same.
delete the poll there. We are 1 out of 5 super chats in the debunks room. If you want to super chat over there, I will start a poll for that one as well. If we reach it. So favorite character from Mortal Kombat. So I really got into Mortal Kombat in MK2. MK1 was out in the arcade that I went to, but it wasn't my favorite game back then. I was still pretty heavy on Street Fighter. Street Fighter Alpha 3 was my favorite game at that point.
When it came to those
So I wasn't too big on it. So
when it came to those original 3, I mostly played 3.
So I played 2 in the arcade competitively for years. And my favorite characters were Katana and Kung Lao. Those are my favorite characters. I was better with Scorpion because the ninjas were kind of cheat code if anybody tried to jump in, unless you were playing Melina or Katana. It was a little bit tougher for those two. Melina was probably one of the best characters in the original release of Mortal Kombat 2. Reptile was tough to play because he was so slow.
I was mainly a Sub-Zero player.
Yeah.
But as far as like non-ninjas though, when it came to 3 specifically, I had a blast playing as Cabal.
Yeah. I remember in the arcade, Melina's combo is jump kick, Sai, jump kick, ball, jump kick, Sai, and then standing kick.
Yep.
You can do that combo in the corner every time. So good. Katana, even if you saw it coming a million miles away, people would get caught in the freaking fans every time they jump at you. Yeah.
Same thing with Raiden's like Superman move.
Yeah. One of my favorites was...
Which he did in this trailer, by the way. I don't know if you saw it, but he did the Superman flying move where he just yells a bunch of gibberish at you.
Yeah.
Man, that was
I played him towards the end of my time playing in MK2, but it was more about like landing that attack. Everybody just, that's all they were waiting to do.
Yeah.
And with me though, with Scorpion, what I loved is to have somebody jump in, do the punch, jump, spear, then uppercut. That was such a cool combo.
Fuck off, Chris.
Or the punch, teleport, punch, jump, kick, spear, uppercut. That was another good one too.
Yeah.
I never used the leg grab really with Scorpion. I know that he had the leg grab, but
yeah, I was a Liu Kang and Sub-Zero player. I could not stand Stryker though. I hated him.
I don't think I ever played him.
He was so fucking weak, especially compared to Cabal.
Well,
he was so damn weak.
I started playing. Was it Nightwolf in 3?
Was he in 3 or 2?
He was in 3, wasn't in 2.
Okay.
I'm for sure he wasn't in 2.
He was fun.
Yeah. So let's see. We got some super chats here.
And I even liked Johnny Cage. So, yeah.
Lone Wolf here says, with a $5 super chat, I'm with Koi, might be one of Marvel's best years. We have Wonder Man, Daredevil, Punisher, X-Men 97, Spider-Man animated, Vision Quest, Doomsday. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
There's just... I'm interested in almost all of those.
Don't forget Wolverine.
Yeah. If we're talking about video games. Wait, is Werewolf by Night special this year?
No.
That's next year, right?
I believe so.
Okay. Still, strong year. Oh, Spider Noir, by the way, as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Spider Noir this year. So.
That's going to be good.
499 super chat from Staggervore says, will WB Games still exist if the Vought merger gets approved? I don't know. I know Jake is bored with it, but there's a lot of news about that today, and I had it saved, but I didn't want to bring it up because it's just the two of us, and I know he fucking hates talking about it. But I will say there is a little concern. They lowered the value of the debt. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yeah.
By $6 billion.
Listen, I wouldn't have an issue talking about it if we didn't see another new headline every fucking day.
Yeah, yeah. The big thing is there is an article we can look at here in a second where someone from CinemaCon, I can't remember who it is, I did open it up and bookmark it though, is talking about the damage of Warner Brothers getting acquired by anyone, which is a problem.
I mean, after the 2025 that Warner Brothers had, considering that was one of their best years in a while, I wouldn't sell yet. But that's just me.
In the article, he flat out points out that it seems a little fishy that that company doesn't seem like it needs to be sold. So, Lone Wolf here with the $2 super chat. Will Carl do the punch? Let's dance punch. Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I just want to see Shang Tsung look at Goro and go, "You imbecile!" I'm sorry, God. Is that movie campy as shit? Yes, but it's so much fun.
Yeah. All right. So actually, I'm going to pull up that article. It's not so much about the merger as it is about the impact on the industry.
I just wish this merger would combust and eat itself like a dinosaur.
Yeah. So Cinema United chief Michael O'Leary on Netflix Narnia gamble and why Paramount's deal to buy Warner Brothers must fail. Theaters will close. Now this is not some rando person. This is someone that knows the industry. So
why does he look like Biff from Back to the Future?
He could.
Tell me he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. All right. So we talked earlier about the millennials and Gen Z being the audience that's coming back to theaters. I don't know if you were you in here when I was talking about that?
I don't think yet.
Okay. So essentially millennials and Gen Z are driving the market for movies right now. And he even mentions that here. He goes, we're starting to see the audience regenerate, particularly with younger generations allowing or showing real enthusiasm for going to the theater. I think there's a real desire to get away from these devices and these small screens and do something communal. And I agree with this. I think we are seeing that again.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So we have that. But then down here, guys, in this article, he talks a little bit about Netflix and Warner Brothers. And this is why I thought this article was very interesting to me. So it says here, you opposed Netflix's deal for Warner Brothers. Its bid failed. Why were you against it? I thought this was interesting. To be clear, we came out against any transaction. We're not convinced that Warner Brothers needs to be sold. By contrast, when Skydance bought Paramount, you could make the argument that Paramount needed new management and a cash infusion to remain viable. That's not the case with Warner Brothers. I don't believe anybody pays $111 billion for a company like Warner's if it's imperiled. No lies detected. It seems fishy. Why would they do that? Doesn't make a lot of sense. If you have a company that is on death's door, why are you spending that much over its actual stock value to get it? Seems a little odd. Says here, the concerns we had with Netflix are similar to the ones we have with Paramount. The difference is Netflix had, at best, an antipathy towards the theatrical experience. And the threat there was they just wanted Warner Brothers' catalog and everything else be damned. It's different with Paramount because you do have people there that come from a real film background. They certainly have an appreciation and an understanding of our industry and hopefully an understanding of the place the theatrical has in terms of the economic food chain. So what he's saying here is that the reason why some people in the industry were more leaning towards Paramount is because Paramount was already a movie studio. It already understood the industry. So they were kind of skittish on Netflix because of that. However, they make it very clear that $111 billion for a company that is failing is a astronomical amount of money to spend on something that supposedly cannot exist on its own. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Then we go on to say here, are you opposed to Paramount's purchase of Warner Brothers? He says, yes. If you don't want Paramount to buy the company, what do you want? He says, we'd like to see Warner's operate as a freestanding enterprise. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And I'm echoing back to him saying that the value of the company at $111 billion is so high. Clearly, there's not a lot that needs to be fixed there. If Paramount buys Warner Brothers, will theaters close? His response is, if Paramount buys Warner Brothers and the production drops, there's no question that theaters will close. Goes on to say, do you think theaters closed because Disney bought 20th Century Fox in 2019? He goes, I do, but I think it'll be on a larger scale this time because it'll be the second time in 7 years that we've lost a studio. Thoughts, Jake?
I just wish they would make up their fucking mind.
Says down here...
I'm not trying to be like short-spoken and an asshole. I'm just so over this topic.
No, I know. Most studios, this honestly was the most interesting part to me because I've talked about this many times. Most studios only make a dozen movies annually. And you know why, everyone? You know why they only do that? Because they don't want to overlap their own products while they're out in theaters. That's the reason why. Paramount promises that if it buys Warner Brothers, the combined companies will produce 30 films. Do you believe them? And this is where it gets real fucking interesting. I believe that's their goal, but we as an industry are in a posture where we need to see how does that work? What are the finances? It's not uncommon for people to make promises in the abstract. This is really funny right here. I go back 3 years ago at CinemaCon when David Zaslav got up on the stage and gave the impassioned speech where he talked about the cultural and financial importance of theaters. He said that Warner Brothers, and I forgot about this, would make 20 movies a year under his leadership. They haven't. And I ran the numbers. They haven't even gotten close to 20 movies a year.
Numbers are not that hard to track for something like this.
Let me go back up. I did the math on this.
You did math?
Yes. The biggest theatrical release they had was 2024. They did get, to be fair, they did get close. They got 19 back then. But they've never reached 20. Matter of fact, in 2022, they only released 7. In 2025, they only released 14. They've had a total of 60 theatrical releases between 2022 and 2026.
They have less legs to stand on than a burnt-up Anakin Skywalker.
So they're averaging around 15 per year right now. So,
That was really
again,
dark. I don't know why that just came out of me.
yeah, exactly. Again, the thing is, I don't think that that Paramount can squeeze out 30 movies a year. If Warner Brothers can't do it as one of the most prestigious film studios in the world, why would I believe Paramount can do it?
Bingo.
It goes, I think this is it right here, but if the Paramount deal is approved and the company will carry more than $80 billion in debt, if they have to pay that down, how are they going to produce all these movies? He says, well, that's the $80 billion question.
Oh, you mean they can't produce 5 movies a month? They can't just pull those numbers out of the deepest part of their ass and make them up? Shocker, right? Nope.
Yeah. It says, well, that's the $80 billion question. There are people smarter than I am that think the debt is manageable, but there's no shortage of people that take a contrary view. To be honest, it seems like it's a very steep hill for them to climb.
That first part, I believe.
Yes.
There are people smarter than I am. That I believe.
Well, here's the thing, though. When you have people like this that don't think it's something that can happen, and he's not the only one. There's a lot of people in the industry that don't think it can happen. It's probably not going to happen. Not only is it unmanageable on the calendar, but they don't have the money.
The only reason this industry thrived is because we had people that thought the exact opposite way.
Right.
Like, I shouldn't have to tell anyone that. The only reason that the only reason why the industry even got to where it got, and I'll say it is even where it is right now with shit still coming out, is by people thinking their shit could happen.
Yeah.
God. Like, this is basic. I'm sorry, this is basic.
Let me just put this out there, because Lance has popped in. There he is.
Hold on, I gotta go change my pants.
Oh my God.
Lance,
Hey,
look at that. Oh, that's awesome.
Lance has been fighting tooth and nail with a bunch of idiots about Michael Jackson on social media. I see him every day on the front lines for Mike.
Lance, I just gotta say I'm proud of the fact that you and I are both supporting Cynthia tonight.
Oh, I honestly thought I had on my Catwoman shirt.
How the fuck does that look like Catwoman?
I thought I put it on this morning. They're both black shirts with red on it somewhere. Did not pay attention.
Are you tired of all the drama around Michael Jackson, Lance?
Yes, but I'm also tired of all the drama that shows up every time the pick comes on. Well timed. It's Thursday. Pick drama. I don't.
Well, I will say it's interesting because people out there trying to say that the Michael Jackson movie had the ending changed because of like backlash from stuff that happened at the end of the movie.
Do you believe that? No, the ending was they had to restructure the entire third act of the film because they can't legally reference Jordan Chandler or anything from the 1993
the lawsuit.
But it wasn't because of backlash.
It wasn't because of backlash. It was
no, I've heard that's what I'm saying. People online are saying because there was backlash about it, and I'm like,
that's
okay,
it's thanks to Variety and how they love to put out hit pieces on things. Variety, Daily Mail, TMZ, and now you have weirdos running with it, and the weirdos who want to go viral on their pages, just like using that as like the headline to get you to like click it or whatever.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Variety. You mean those AMPTP shills?
Yeah,
sorry.
and I mean they did the same thing to Sinners. So I
noticing a trend. Anybody?
I'm not. This was expected, and then like people are mad because they're just now realizing that Janet Jackson wasn't cast, even though they announced the cast for this movie in like 2024. So now they're mad at that, but it was her decision.
By the way, please
they're
no one
trying
take
to
that
blame
comment I made
them.
seriously.
Why are people saying it now?
it's just dumb all around, and it's very annoying. It's not deterring people because people have seen the movie early, and from what I saw on Twitter, people are wanting to see it 4, 5, 6 times already. So
it's only going to get worse after the movie's officially out.
Yeah, I feel like the drama is going to get worse.
Yeah, and my thing is either way it goes, the film is being split because it was gonna be 3+ hours. So they're splitting it anyway. You're talking about, they're just getting rid of the other. No, the movie is ending at bad before any of that stuff actually happened. Not to say he didn't have other issues before that, because, well, he did. I mean, his head caught on fire. He started using painkillers and whatnot. Like, it's still gonna address that stuff, but like, you're mad because they're ending it at a certain point, but they already said they want to do a second film if this one does well.
Yeah, and that second film, I imagine, is where they would do a lot of the drama.
Exactly. I mean, either way it goes, is Lance made of soft serve ice cream? Either way it goes, they still, when it comes to his death, they can't reference the doctor at all. They can't reference the doctor. It's a lot of things that they can't reference due to,
because they would have a lawsuit on their hands at every turn.
Yeah. It's a lot of things that they can't reference, so people are not gonna be happy. But at the end of the day, it's legal stuff.
And people not being happy is nothing new.
Yeah, it's a film, and it's not the Flex Alexander one. So be happy about that.
I think it's interesting that almost 71% of the people think you're made of soft serve ice cream. I'm not really sure. Wow, 75%.
You should put up a separate poll that says how many people are daring enough to test that.
Jesus.
Have you played around with this poll thing in your stream?
Oh. Damn it, Eric.
No, I haven't played around with my poll on the streams. My wife does.
Oh, okay.
That.
Oh, shit. On stream?
No.
Whoa, so that's what your wife's going to school for. Kidding.
No, not on stream. I actually didn't even notice anything about the poll.
Kidding, T, if you see this.
Everybody seems to like this more because they can watch the bars move while they're voting, which I think is
I think it's better than trying to do it on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube polls need to show up on our videos. That's what they need to do.
They still haven't gotten their shit together with that.
Yeah. So before we actually, let's end this little poll and see. I think people believe you're made of soft serve ice cream. So
I mean,
there we go.
That's cool, I guess.
Lance, you feel like doing the thing that actually, I guess he didn't hear about it. Would he want to be part of the thing that you and I?
Yeah, and we still don't even have to spin the wheel since it's just the three of us. That's why I said I only like to do the wheel when there's 4 or more people.
Cool.
We were just going to talk about our favorite video game characters.
Oh, okay.
We're going to do that in a second. But look, before we wrap up topics tonight,
where is everybody?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Apparently, nobody was here in the first half hour until I showed up.
Yeah, I was here for a half hour just chilling. But the first topic where you say that there's no justice in the world, well, there is a little bit because David Zaslav is not getting his $887 million golden parachute.
Good.
The board rejected it and said that it was an extraordinary payout, inconsistent with common market practice.
Okay, you know what?
So,
I'm going to reference this again. You're out, David. Sorry.
Yeah. So David Zaslav did all of that with Warner Brothers. And now the shareholders are like, yeah, we're not going to give you this. And you know what the big reason was? I read through this article. Because the payout would happen the day it closed, meaning that he would get that money immediately. It would just immediately go to him. And they were like, no. So David Zaslav worked all this shit. He's no longer going to be the CEO, and he gets no golden parachute. So
nope. He is not Todd Howard. He does not get to have a closet full of leather jackets.
He's still going to get some money, but they say it's going to be based on the common market value, which is like around 200 and something. It's not anywhere near 887.
I was about to say, those will be like pennies compared to him.
No, absolutely. After all the work he did, that 200 and something million is going to feel like nothing for him. So
Whew.
That's kind of funny.
Just cracked the hell out of my neck. That felt good.
Oh my gosh. Cameron with the $5 super chat said, Eric, there's a first look at Absolute Robin in the upcoming issue of Absolute Batman. Let me.
Yeah.
Did you see it already?
Robins, and they are like.
Oh, it's more than one. Okay.
Yep, it's more than one. Yeah. By the way, Absolute Green Arrow comes out in a little over a month. God, I'm excited for that.
For real?
What?
This can't be right. Hold on, let me. Is this the Robins? Hold on. This?
Yep.
I'm
assuming the big one with the gun is Jason Todd. The one behind him is Dick Grayson. The one in front in the green has to be Tim Drake. The yellow one has to be the Signal, and like the pinkish one could be like Stephanie Brown
or Harper Row.
What the fuck are they smoking in the creative room when they're doing this?
I saw this picture and I immediately went, Autobots, roll out.
I'm like, what are they doing in the fucking creative side of this? Where they're making,
you know what? This is
giant mechs.
This is better than seeing Jim Gordon in a damn giant mech suit and pretending to be Batman.
Well, let me tell you, the Absolute Universe has literally saved the DC comic book industry.
And they're going fucking balls to the walls insane with this stuff.
But you know what it tells me? People want completely different shit. They're like, we don't want to see a copy of stuff we've seen before. We want, like, just fuck it up. Like, make it crazy. And I think that's what they're doing with this. It reminds me of the 90s. Like, back in the 90s when everything got extreme. Yeah, and there was like, that's when you have like the Cables and all those characters and the X-Men got really crazy because that's what people wanted.
I mean, just fuck it in the fun way.
Wait, excuse me?
This is fucking in the fun way.
Lone Wolf says,
linger for a minute to emphasize
I know. I'm not going to even comment on. Lone Wolf with the $2 super chat says, DM something. Love to hear your and Jake thoughts. Let me see what it is.
Chris, I would be all in for that if anything related to that happened.
All right, let's do this. All right. Let me share this tab.
Oh, fuck yeah, Meteor.
This is actually a good segue into the next topic, honestly. Here we go. Metal Gear Solid movies in the works at Sony. Final Destination Bloodlines director Zap Lebowski and Adam B. Stein are attached to the project. Thoughts?
Steven Seagal as a Snake.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
What's his name? Brendan Skellner or whatever, the guy they tried to get for Bruce Wayne.
We all know it's gonna be Noah Centineo. So.
Oh my god, that would be crazy.
If they're wanting to go for like old grizzled Snake, you know who they ought to get?
Me.
Leaf Schreiber.
Oh. I think they probably want to turn it into a franchise, so they're probably going to go with the younger guy.
I'm joking.
I think it'll be Tom Holland, most likely.
Jesus.
Listen, he already ruined one video game IP. Can we not do that again, please?
Hey, I liked him as Nathan Drake. I liked the Uncharted movie.
You know, okay, he was better as a Nathan than Mark Ruffalo was as Sully, but not Mark Ruffalo, Mark Wahlberg was as Sully, but how high is that bar?
Oh, by the way, not related to this, Crime 101 is fucking good. On Prime, with Mark Ruffalo and Chris Hemsworth.
I have to check it out.
Hulk vs. Thor? Kidding.
It's so fucking good. Like, there's very few movies that were streaming movies where I looked at it and I'm like, this looks like a movie from the 90s. And I don't mean like in a bad way. I mean, cinematography wise, it looks incredible.
Yeah. Working with limited resources type thing too. Like there are certain movies that come out now that look like they are half their budget, but in the good way.
I was shocked at how good it was. Yeah, if you got if you have Prime and you have access to the movie stuff, because I know it's like extra for that now, Crime 101 is pretty incredible. It's probably, because I would say that Chris Hemsworth in Marvel has been good except for a couple of times. I think his best movie outside of that for me was Furiosa.
Who, Chris?
I loved him in Furiosa. Chris Hemsworth. Outside of that, this is my favorite movie with him in it. Is Crime 101.
I'm trying to think. Was Heart of the Sea the one with him and Tom Holland in it? Chris Hemsworth and Tom Holland. Was that Heart of the Sea?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Because I remember liking that movie. I just can't remember if that's the one I'm thinking of or if I'm mixing up the name.
The Men in Black movie?
You're thinking about Superman 2025.
I would rather not think about that pile of diarrhea.
I thought it was good.
I know you did.
Naruto coming in with a $5 super chat. Lance, ready for the end of an era next week. We're leaving the Zordon era on Monday stream.
Yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. Jake starts his Ranger Nation stint week after next.
Did y'all see that old ass Power Rangers news that's starting to circulate today about the movie deals?
Yeah, like we knew that already. That's not.
I felt like that was old news. I saw people sharing it, and somebody even sent it to me directly, and I was like, I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm pretty sure I heard this news before.
Yeah, we knew that.
It's like 2 years old, isn't it?
Yeah, like we knew that. Just like when Variety put out that article about Michael, everybody just kept commenting, "This isn't news." I don't know what's up with. I don't know what's up with this week in old news, but
I'm sorry.
I guess maybe it's like.
Go ahead, Lance. I'm sorry.
I'm like, what's up with like this weekend just regurgitating old stories?
You know who's the worst at it? Screen Rant. Screen Rant is the worst now.
Is it a slow news week or something?
Probably. Can you pull up that thing, Eric? I'm sorry. I'm just
from who?
The thing Chris said.
Right here.
I'm appropriately dressed. I had to.
Wait, you think
Screen
Spider-Man
Rant for
3
me?
was good?
Hey, what's up, Darren?
How many times have we been over this, Lance?
Have a great night, Darren. I see he's in the chat for a minute.
How many times have we been over this? Spider-Man 3 clears Superman 2025 every day of the week.
Wow. Well, is this the hot take list yet? I don't know if we're doing the hot take list or not.
Quote Phil.
I just want to say that Screen Rant, before we start talking about our video game characters or whatever, Screen Rant constantly posts old news but doesn't put like from the archives or in case you missed it. They just share things on social media from like a year ago. Yeah. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Big Fieldy says you're dreaming. You're dreaming.
To answer Big Fieldy's other question.
I'm not living in a fucking dream world.
We're doing a Power Rangers rewatch podcast to lead up into the Power Rangers reboot. So we started last March in Mighty Morphin, and we're just now getting to the end of In Space, which is technically a year later. So we're just going through all the seasons of Power Rangers and rewatching them and breaking down the episodes and heating what doesn't work and praising what does work. Yeah, even the bad seasons. Also,
did you guys see that they came out and admitted that killing off Black Canary was a bad idea on Arrow?
That's not old news either.
No. Did you see though? Did you see it? Yeah. Brand new. Just came right out.
Okay. All right. Give me a second here. All right. Because I'm getting fucking. All right. You know what? I'll save my soapbox for after I see this response. But I got something to say.
What response are we talking about?
The Black Canary thing.
No. I was joking. I was bringing it up as a joke.
Oh fuck. I'm sorry. That annoyed the hell out of me.
I didn't have it as an article or anything. I was just mentioning it as a joke. Like that's why I'm saying. Did you guys?
Was
see
that like actually a recent comment that was made?
No, it was definitely shared as a recent article though. Somebody did share it recently.
So it was funny because back like after season 4 ended, in between 4 and 5, they admitted that they made a mistake. Fast forward to 2019 when Guggenheim's answering a bunch of Twitter questions right before Crisis starts. He admitted then that he thought killing Earthling Laurel, quote unquote, wasn't a mistake, and I can go find the thing for you right now where he says her story was just done. Like, make up your fucking mind, Mark. Good God.
Oh no. Someone made Jake mad. What's
Mark
up, guys?
Guggenheim's being a fucking idiot. What else is new?
Oh, it's Daddy Phil. Hey.
What's up, Phil? Hey, nice
Uncle.
shirt.
What's up, Phil?
Uncle. I'm Uncle. I was Uncle today. I was holding on to my.
It's
knees.
Unk. It's all Unk, Phil.
Unk. Well, I mean, there's Uncle Phil of Fresh Prince. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Eric, why did two well-mannered, nice, Caucasian high school boys, they held the door open for me as I was leaving Dave's Hot Chicken, which I regret eating because the way this body worked, it did not work out well. But as they held the door open for me because my hands were full, I said, thanks, man. He said, you're welcome. Have a good night, sir.
You took way too long to say Caucasian.
I said, like, do I look that old? Like, am I a sir? Like,
you did share that picture on social media where you were like 5 years old or something. And you were like, I'm exaggerating. You were definitely a lot younger though, and I was like, damn.
Dude, my best friend recorded video of me dancing to the opening of Pulp Fiction, so it's all good. We were watching that movie before I left. It was great.
Dude,
he said, thank you. You're welcome, sir. I said, sir.
I don't know how old this video is, but somewhere on like an old camera of mine, my parents recorded me doing the Joker museum dance when the Prince song is going on.
Oh, from Party Man
89.
When I was little.
Can you reenact that? Can you reenact that for us?
Not right now.
Not right now.
Oh. Your knees.
You know what? I'll add that to the list of dances I apparently have to reenact.
Yeah. South Texas Shark, I see your super chat. We'll do that at the end like we always do. Again, it's one of my favorite questions. Here we got Lone Wolf with a $5 super chat. Lance, favorite Power Ranger 6 Ranger, minus Trip from Dino Thunder, and also Mesagog, best villain in my opinion.
I have to agree. Trent is like the best, like, 6th Ranger. He was goated in like everything, and I know Phil would agree because that's one of his favorite seasons.
What is it?
The silence said it all.
Sorry, I was reading some bullshit from some idiot I made mad. No, I don't agree. I think the Psycho Rangers are the best villains, and I think the best my favorite 6th Ranger is Zane.
Oh, well,
really? I feel like Trent showed up more than Zane. I mean, of course, Sentai footage, but
I feel like Zane had a bigger impact.
Oh, I remember these videos. Don Cheadle as Captain Planet.
Oh God, yeah.
I would show it, but I believe that's from SNL, right?
Is it?
Yes.
If it is, we can't play it. They'll flag the video immediately.
That's gonna get hit automatically.
I thought you were getting on. I thought you were gonna be on SNL, Eric.
No, not unless it's the UK edition.
You know, Lance, you could go on SNL and actually show Will Ferrell how to play drums.
I could.
You could do.
I can't believe they have a UK edition of SNL. Like, I want to watch it, but at the same time, I don't.
They roast the fuck out of the United States. If you watch it, they roast the fuck out of us every week.
I just got sent the video. Hold on. Let's see if I can pull it up. Yes. Hold on. Share this to my drive, and then I'll pull it up here.
Big Field, he said it's Funny or Die, not SNL.
This is how you guys do effective.
Oh, is it? Well, maybe we could do Funny or Die.
Oh, Phil.
Serenity, there's a Korean SNL. Wait a minute.
You want to do the game in a little bit too, Phil?
What game is that?
Going through our favorite video game characters.
Ooh, absolutely.
There really was a Saturday Night Live Korea in 2011.
You didn't know that?
No.
Okay. All right. In fairness, the only reason I do know that is because one of my friends in high school was obsessed with like Korean dramedies, and through his many searches, we stumbled onto that. That's the only reason why I know that exists.
Oh boy.
It ran for 6 seasons and got revived in 2021.
Oh shit.
Damn. Oh wow. God, he looks young there.
That he does.
Everybody's a tree. I knew I'd do it.
I can't let you do this, Captain.
Anybody else want to go green?
Huh?
That's what I thought. Punk asses. I'm going back up. Don't summon me again unless you're ready for that pain.
Peace, dickholes. Power is mine, bitches.
Hey, dick holes is like, I'm gonna start using that. That is hilarious.
Why did that remind me of Demolition Man? Oh God.
Dick holes. That's funny.
All right. Lone Wolf the Jolly Super Chat says favorite season for me was Ninja Storm.
Ninja Storm was good.
Yeah.
That was like that's like when the Disney era after Wild Force, Ninja Storm was their first like real foray into Power Rangers. Kind of redeemed them a little bit.
What was the other one you got me on, Lance, after Lost Galaxy? Was it Mystic Force?
I think you picked Mystic Force, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too.
It's because they were
then another one from Lone Wolf.
Thunder the Thunder Rangers were cold. They were cold, but then they got nerfed when they turned good. Whenever the Six Rangers turn good, they just get weak as hell.
Yeah, they were kind of dumbed down a lot.
They get terrible at everything. I don't get it.
What?
All right, so let's do.
Nice.
We'll go ahead and do our favorite game. We'll just go around and do like a circle around and talk about our favorite characters.
Speaking of which, did you play Invincible today?
Play it?
No.
The Invincible versus game? No, the beta's out. Derek. I mean DJ Eric. I said Derek.
No, I did not.
So disrespectful.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
It's 11 o'clock and I'm normally in the bed, but I'm off work tomorrow, so.
Oh, you'll be in bed soon. Don't worry.
Isn't your wife in school or no?
She's in the bed right now.
Oh.
We had to go.
No, I didn't, but I will
Tell
check
her
out
I said
after
hi
we're
when you
done.
get in bed.
Ooh.
Just, just say, hey, Phil says hi.
Yeah, and you know what? If she's not nice to you, then Phil won't get a hug at Comic-Con either.
Bro, Lance's wife loves me, okay? And his children love me too. I am a cuddle bug for children, and I can prove it too.
They have no problems with they have no problems with him like at all. But it's on site with Draven. I don't get it.
It's on. I think for your wife, it's on site with Taj.
Yeah.
All right.
The game is pretty decent, Eric. The game is pretty decent.
What is it on everything or just computer?
It's on everything. I believe
Okay.
so.
How many characters are we doing each?
3. We're doing 3 because it's 4 of us now.
All right, cool.
And I'm gonna bring the wheel up actually.
I thought you
was about to
say the whip.
Lay wheel.
We had the same thought at the same time, Lance.
He's gonna bring the whip. Is it because I'm black?
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh man.
Okay, so not to like pivot into that territory, but I will just say recently I watched 12 Years a Slave, and that is one of the most powerful films of that subject matter.
Yeah.
I'd always heard about it, and I always wanted to watch it, but I'm a huge fan of Chiwetel Ejiofor. I think he's like one of the best actors in the current generation. And man, does he just leave you speechless by the end of that movie with his performance. He's so good in that.
Can we get a Phil's review on that on your channel?
I've been thinking about how to handle movies that have already been out. Call them like retro reviews or something, revisiting review. I don't know, but I wouldn't mind. I would not mind. Sorry, I'm late. Did you guys talk about like Mortal Kombat and Punisher and all that stuff?
We covered all that already. So,
Fair.
do you want to well, both of you guys got here a little bit late. Do you want to just give your quick thoughts on both the trailers since you just got here?
Yep.
You want to go first, Lance?
For the Punisher, I was so within the first few minutes. I loved that trailer. I watched it fully. I watched both trailers fully when I got home from work.
Mm-hmm.
Like just having to sit with them. Punisher, 100%. Can't wait to see that. A few more weeks to go. Mortal Kombat, dude, I'm sold.
I know that trailer was better than the other trailer we got.
That movie.
I like the first movie, but this feels like Mortal Kombat. This feels like it. But the one thing that somebody pointed it out on Facebook. I said I didn't see Cole anywhere in there, and turns out
he is.
Cole is delivering. It seems like he's delivering some type of like finishing blow to Shao Kahn, and I'm like, why?
The Punisher one, I'll just make quick. I'm a huge fan of Bernthal. I think Bernthal is a really great actor. He embodies the Punisher the best. I think him and Thomas Jane probably did it the best, even though Ray Stevenson had, he had what he had, and he was good with what he had. I'm looking forward to that. The trailer they showed was kind of all over the place. It's kind of hard to get a grasp on like what is happening narratively, but still, it's it's John Bernthal as the Punisher. I'm there. As for Mortal Kombat, huge Mortal Kombat fan. Grew up playing it since like age 7, and I liked that first movie a lot. I actually had a conversation with Scott McClellan over, who's formerly of DC Squadcast, about the quality of those movies and like how Jake and I kind of talk about this every now and again. But it's funny that people kind of hold Mortal Kombat to these like cinematic masterpiece standards, and it's just like these are movies about people beating the shit out of each other. It's called Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
right?
It's a tournament.
And, and the first movie, the '95 movie, it's fun. It's schlock fun. It's B. It's it's not
cheese.
Yeah, it's cheese. It's fun cheese. I think it's cast really well, but you can't deny that some of the characters are subserved. Like, for example, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, completely underserved in both those movies, both Mortal Kombat and Annihilation. Now, get to the 2021 movie, flip the script. Scorpion and Sub-Zero are the main focus of that new movie, and it's great, but the other side characters that we get introduced to along the way, a little subserved. And look, I can understand why people are like, oh, I don't give a shit about Cole Young, and I'm into that. As a Mortal Kombat fan, I'm just going to say, listen, this is like introducing a new character in a new Mortal Kombat movie. Same kind of logic applies for the movie. New character. Yep. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's that's where I'm at with it. And I wasn't mad that the first movie wasn't a tournament because let's face facts, not every game is centered around a tournament.
And those games get praised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And given who's in this game, or rather who's in this movie, I can see the next one taking some inspiration from Deadly Alliance.
And even a little bit of Mortal Kombat 3 with the whole Outworld invasion.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And so, me personally, like, I thought the Ed Boon cameo was funny as hell. That was.
I was not expecting that.
Was great.
I saw your thumbnail, Phil, and I'm like,
yeah.
Ed Boon.
And as a massive Quan Chi fan, to see him in this movie, I'm like, yes. Yeah. I love Quan Chi. Yeah. And listen, if Quan Chi's in this, that means Lord Shinnok is not far behind.
Yep. And if Quan Chi, with him being in this, not only is Shinnok behind, exactly what's going to go down with Sub-Zeros.
Correct.
Because so help me God, that last shot. Tell me that was not the second Sub-Zero in Noob fighting Scorpion. Like that looked flat out like
that might actually be.
It's just Noob splitting himself. That's what I think.
Well, yes, but also there's another. It's another character, and it's the purple ninja, and I don't remember the name.
Rain?
Yes.
Oh, was it Rain? Okay,
it might have been.
It looked like Kuai Liang.
I don't know. See, that's the thing. How much of the Lin Kuei lineage is going to be present in this movie? Because Bi-Han outright says, like, I've been reborn. We all know what that means. He's Noob Saibot.
Yeah. And in
it's just
canon, Kuai Liang is introduced in 2, so.
Yeah, it could be, but I'm not sure. I'm honest to God not sure. I would love to see a Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is like my favorite Mortal Kombat character ever.
Just don't turn him into a fucking robot.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I want to go play Mortal Kombat now. I want to go play Mortal Kombat now.
That's where I'm at. Mortal Kombat's one of my most anticipated movies. I mean, when it comes to video game movies, I think this year's kind of stacked. We have Mario, we had Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter at the end of the year. I think, is there one more? I don't think so.
Well, we had Fallout, but that's a show.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Big Field here says Warzone was superior to the other movies, but Bernthal is a superior Frank Castle.
I disagree. I actually prefer the Thomas Jane movie to the Warzone film. But I don't think, Warzone is outright terrible. It's not great, but it's definitely got its moments. Like that Jigsaw origin sequence where he just falls in a giant batch of broken glass and shit. Like that is pretty.
I remember seeing the trailer for that, and that's the first time a trailer really fucked with my mind, because you see a bit in the trailer where dude like gets his face ripped off, And
Yeah.
I had seen a video recently of somebody having plastic surgery, and I misunderstood what was happening in that trailer because of it. That trailer messed me up seeing that, just because of the timing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ugh.
All right, so let's look at these super chats quickly, and then I'll put the poll up. We did hit the goal in the debunks chat, thanks to Staggervore and Lone Wolf, and I believe South Texas Shark. Thank you guys so much for doing that over there.
Speaking of
Staggervore,
sharks, Jeff the Land Shark from Marvel Rivals just got added to Future Fight, the mobile game.
I did see that, yeah. Staggervore with the 499 super chat says, after the boys concludes, we need Anthony Starr's Captain Planet. Oh my god.
I'd rather have Anthony Starr as Arnold Wesker.
I want to see Anthony Starr take on something that's not in the superhero realm or anything adjacent to that. I want him to do something original.
Yeah, I'm tired of seeing him fan cast as Reverse Flash.
Yeah, me too. Although I will say, I would like to see Alan Ritchson play Captain Atom.
That'd be funny.
In James Gunn's DCU, I think that'd be really funny.
But if they just recreate that Brave and the Bold sequence where he's doing like this to Batman.
Oh no. I was thinking Batman, Superman, Public Enemies, where him and Superman fucking duke it out.
Oh yeah.
That's really what I want to see.
All right. So we have the poll up on the screen now. Let's see where it fits better. Again, this is why it's a problem.
These are some awful options, but I mean,
yeah, there we go. Put it right next to Jake.
Okay.
Right to Jake. Yeah, so pick 1, 2, 3, or 4 because we did hit the goal in the debunks chat. These are all video options. Nerdrotic's worst takes, a wellness check on Jester Bell, where I compare her channel over the last year, ranting for vengeance reaction, or Mr. H reviews reaction. So,
if you were to do that first one, Eric, that's going to be a long fucking video.
Yeah,
Love
for sure.
Jester Bell.
For sure.
Well,
Wait, Jester Bell showed up on council, didn't she?
one time.
Yeah, briefly, and then she left very abruptly after not saying anything.
Never to be seen again.
Yeah. That was funny.
How do I vote on this poll?
It's 1, 2, 3, or 4 for the options. You just type it into one of the chats. It doesn't matter which chat it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, I got reminded of that just now. Damn it, Eric.
All right. Pull this up on the screen.
I genuinely I hate Jester Bell, so yeah, there's that.
Makes sense having
are like god awful.
Makes sense having Jester in the name.
Yeah. All right. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving our top 3 favorite video game characters from all time. So there's no limit or restriction or anything like that. This leaves the net wide open. There are some additional things on the wheel there. It says bonus pick. The way that works is if it lands on that after you just went, you get to give an additional pick if you want to. So basically, if you give your first one, you can do I guess it's a shout out or an honorable mention for there. So yeah. All right, so let's spin the wheel. See what we got here. And Jake is up first.
All right. So pulling this up here, I tried to be as non-predictable, but also as versatile as I could. So going from the Mega Man X series for my first one, and I'm going to go with Zero. One of my favorites from that franchise. I love him being, a mentor to X. He's kind of like his Splinter in that first game, if you will. And the fact that he became, he got so popular to the point where the Marvel Capcom games made him a playable character. One of the only highlights for the 4th Marvel Capcom game for me was getting to use him and X on the same team because X was absent from the 3rd game. I just think Zero is an absolute badass, and he needs to appear in more stuff. I got so much shit for using him in Marvel Capcom 3 back in the day because to this day he's still one of the best characters. But I wasn't even using him just for those, strengths. It was just because he was one of my favorite game characters. So that's my first one I'm going with.
Okay. So let's spin the wheel and see who is next.
It's
okay. So Lone Wolf, it is literally favorite video game character, what you consider your best video game characters, essentially.
So do we want to do pizza is good, pumpkins are bad?
I put banana. I put pizza's good, banana's bad.
Okay. Cool. I just saw pizza in there. I just thought people were rolling with pizza.
Yeah. We have. Wow.
Very close.
All right, Lance.
My favorite video, well, one of my favorites is Nathan Drake.
I kind of felt like we were going that way.
Fair.
I started playing the Uncharted games backwards. I started from Uncharted 3 and played them that way. And for some reason, I felt like that just gave me like a better insight into him as a character. I love those games overall. I feel as if that's always what PlayStation had over Xbox was more action adventure type games. And I was upset when they announced that Uncharted 4 was going to be the last one because I do think arguably that was the weaker game. But I do also think that
out of all four,
I think that was the weakest one.
I thought 3 was the weakest personally.
I thought 3 was the best.
I don't know. My favorite's 2.
I thought 3 was the best.
That's fair.
All right, let's see what we got. It's I'm gonna lose again. Look, I'm gonna lose again.
Very close again.
Damn. All right, go ahead, Phil. What you got?
Well, I think one of my 3, I am gonna go first with Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Saw that.
Okay, that's a good one.
I adore this franchise because it marries Disney and Square Enix into one. The way this franchise comes together is by pure hapstance, because Disney and Square used to share a building, and 2 executives were like, hey, you want to make a game together? And they're like, yeah, sure. And that's how Kingdom Hearts happened. So the fact that the kid has a giant key as a sword is awesome, number 1. Yeah. Number 2, your party members are Donald and Goofy, but you interchange them with other Disney characters throughout the entirety of the game. And also just this concept of, hey, you have the key that's, unlocks and locks the hearts of worlds, and you have to destroy these dark beings called Heartless. It's just like action RPG, hack and slash. What more could I ask for? Matter of fact, when I played this game for the first time, I was like, Final Fantasy VII needs to be played like this, and Square eventually did do that. So yeah, Sora from Kingdom Hearts, one of my favorite, if not arguably my favorite video game character of all time.
I hear the keyblade opens all kinds of locks.
Best meme ever.
God.
Oh, it looks like Phil's going to get a bonus pick. First bonus pick of the night. So you can toss out another one.
I guess it's kind of an honorable mention. Okay. Well, since I mentioned Final Fantasy VII, I guess I'll go ahead and throw this character out there, because this character has always been one of my favorites, because, well, I am sympathetic to their cause, even no matter how twisted they may be. And I am one of my absolute favorite weapons in all of Final Fantasy is the Masamune. And the reason why is because it's wielded by this character in Final Fantasy VII, and that is, of course, Sephiroth. I love Sephiroth. When Dissidia Final Fantasy came out on PlayStation Portable, I mained Sephiroth. And let me tell you, my friends at school, anytime they were like, hey, you want to play Dissidia? And I'd be like, oh, yeah. And they'd be like, wait a minute, are you going to use Sephiroth? I'd be like, of course. They'd be like, I don't want to fight you.
That's like facing a Meta Knight player in Smash.
Exactly. So, yeah, Sephiroth. And no, Jay Bird, he is not a Kingdom Hearts character. He is in Kingdom Hearts, but he originated in Final Fantasy VII.
And he's been voiced by 2 Superman alumni.
Yes, George Newbern and Tyler Hoechlin.
Yep.
All right, spin the wheel and see who gets to go next.
Hopefully you.
Yeah, no.
I'd like to get one in for sure, but is it gonna happen again? It is. Every time for 3 in a row.
Damn. Oh,
everybody gets one.
We're hitting Eric with the 1, 2, 3 tonight.
I want to say another one of my favorites is, and I just talked to Jake about this a couple weeks ago. Jack from the Jack and Dexter franchise.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Bastard.
Yeah.
God damn.
Growing up as a kid, before I even got my PlayStation 2, my one of my best friends that lived across the street from me, he had all the games, so he put me on. So when I got my PlayStation 2, I'm like, yo, let me borrow this. That was the first Jack and Dexter. Then he let me borrow Jack and Dexter 2. Then Jack 3. I just love the way that they kept like leveling him up. And I think it was in Jack 2 where he got like that dark side. I think Jake was that.
Yes.
That was Jack 2 where he got. I used to love just doing that. I didn't care about the story. I was treating Jack and Dexter like Grand Theft Auto.
That's how the game played. Because if you tapped any one of those Revenant guards outside, it was an all-out war.
Yeah,
bro. I used to love doing that. I used to love doing that. Just messing with the guards, stealing somebody's hover bike, and just like trying to speed away, shooting random stuff. I love Jack. Like Jack is
fine. That would be fine if there weren't so many fucking timed missions in that city where you had to get to somewhere quickly, and you always risk running into people.
I hated that. I hated that.
I love Jack too, but that game pisses me off sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Okay, well, Lance stole one of mine, so I had back on.
No, are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Oh, man.
Wow. Wow, Lance again.
Well, and this is a deep cut.
Damn.
Bro, you never grew up in my generation and never played Spyro the Dragon.
Eric Old, what's the matter with you?
Spyro is just goated. The very first game. What's not to love about a little purple dragon who's trying to run around?
I mean, it is.
And,
that's true.
Like trying to blow fire, and then how he slowly levels up as he gets older. I love that.
Now I have to ask, which Spyro game is your favorite Spyro game? And there's only one correct answer here.
There is one correct answer.
Bro, honestly, I love the first one, bro. Like that, the first one, that's just nostalgia for me. I love the first Spyro game.
Well, the correct answer is Ripto's Rage.
Ripto's Rage, exactly.
That's also okay. I'll give you Ripto's Rage.
That was the game I played.
Ripto's Rage is good. I'm not gonna lie. Is that the one where he started like tapping into like the different breaths?
I think so.
Yes.
I could be wrong about that, but I think so.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that because I was fascinated by that because I'm like,
there was another.
He keeps getting stronger.
There was another PS2 game. Character started with an S that I played more than Spyro. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Fair.
Was he a raccoon?
Okay. Can Eric actually get picked this time?
Nope. Lance is going to get a bonus pick. He's going good.
Holy fuck.
All right.
See, that's what happens to me.
Next up is Crash. Next up is going to be Crash.
All right.
Oh man,
Lance is just taking away all the PS2.
And honestly,
I'm only on there twice. I haven't even gone yet. Hold on.
And honestly, it's only Crash Bandicoot because y'all remember like the original PlayStations, how they put the demo disc in like with the original PlayStation.
Yep.
So on my very first PlayStation, for some reason my dad didn't want to let me play the demo disc, but it was a Crash Bandicoot game on there. I got hooked. That's how I got put on Crash Bandicoot. Been one of my favorites ever since. And when they did the remaster, it pissed me off because they literally made it impossible to win.
Yeah.
I'm upset. I just got pissed off all over again.
Oh!
Finally.
Am I going to get to go?
Yes, sir.
What if it would have spent all the way to Phil?
I would have been so over
Eric,
it.
I hate to break it to you, but you're seeing things, and that actually doesn't say your name.
Oh my God. And actually the funny thing was that was the one I just put on there, meaning that the other two still haven't hit yet. It's crazy. I'm going to go because I like growing up, my games were like fighting games. That's what I played. So a lot of my choices are going to be from fighting games, just straight up. So I'm going to go with probably my favorite female fighting game character of all time, and that is Chun-Li. I love Chun-Li. Yeah. Almost every iteration of her. When I played her in Alpha 3, when I played her in fucking First Strike, anything she's ever been in, it doesn't matter. I've loved her in every game. I don't think there's a bad iteration of Chun-Li. You could argue in the Marvel versus Capcom series that she's not the best character. Yeah.
I don't even think you could really argue that though.
No, I'm saying like I think she's been pretty good in almost anything she's been in. So I'm gonna go with Chun-Li. That's my choice. So there, I finally got one in. There we go.
It's a good pick. I like Chun-Li.
Oh, here we go. Phil is up.
Okay.
Your name is way bigger than everybody else's.
I know. Someone pointed out in the chat. Okay, so my next pick is a more often than not silent protagonist, and they are often mistaken for mistaken as a female character more often than not.
Damn it, know where that's going.
And I love this character across all 3 different timelines, and that is of course the hero of time, Link. I love Legend of Zelda.
I when you said mistaken for a female character, I was like,
that was an automatic giveaway.
100%. Yeah. No, I love Link. My favorite prior to Breath of the Wild, because that I love Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like that is my Zelda. Like before that though, my top 2 Zelda games: Twilight Princess.
Hell yeah.
Wind Waker.
All right.
I'm not an Ocarina of Time fan, but also honorable mention, very first Legend of Zelda game I ever played, Link to the Past.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Link to the Past. I was never a Majora's Mask fan.
Oh, I despise Majora's Mask. I can't stand that game at all.
And Phil, you get the final bonus pick of the stream. So
Damn, you got 2.
Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. Let's see. I have to really think about this one. Oh, okay. I'll take a PlayStation character that has not been taken yet, and this one is arguably just as iconic as Crash and Spyro, but also they came before Nathan Drake. But it is kind of a dual pick, but not really, and it's Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
I love my Lombax, voiced by James Arnold Taylor. Yeah, I love that little Lombax, dude. That wrench, his weapons. Ratchet and Clank 3 Up Your Arsenal is the greatest Ratchet and Clank game ever made, and I wish they would fucking port it to PS5.
It's insane that they still haven't.
I know. Insomniac's too busy working on Marvel stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Can we get another Ratchet and Clank, please? Thank you.
What did you think about the last
last Jack game too? I'd like that.
Oh, Dimensional Rift or Rifts Apart?
Yeah.
I just 100%ed it like last year.
All right, we got Jake is up next. So
all right, so I'm throwing in an image here with this one just because I feel like I'm the only one that knows this character, so a visual might help. I won't bring it up yet, but I'm going. Oh, never mind. I went with a character from the. Can stop it? Give me a headache. Going with a character from the Fire Emblem series, and I could have been basic and gone with any of the main characters because there's like 15 of them, but somebody in there that I think is better than any main character has ever gotten to, and that's Jafar from Fire Emblem 7.
Okay, I've only played Fire Emblem on mobile, but I know who this charter is.
Yeah.
So.
I thought you were going to say like Marth.
No. I like Marth, but there are even way better lords in there.
Fair.
But no, I think Jafar is just one of my favorite game characters because he's from, the Blazing Blade, where he's raised to be an assassin, essentially since he was a baby, because he was found by the game's antagonist, Nurgle. He was, kind of thrown into the deep end at an extremely young age, and then he gets tasked with killing this prince. Then he gets swayed by who ends up being his eventual love interest and later spouse, this woman named Nino, and she gets him off of his path of being an assassin, and he ends up going from somebody who loves to kill into somebody who kills because he loves. And I just love the dynamic shift that ends up happening there. Kind of like Link, he is silent a lot of the time, only really speaking in several, or not really several, but only specific instances. And the first cutscene you ever see him in, he fucking makes the screen flash black and red and just completely dominates a thief. And it's fucking badass.
I was just looking at the games that he's been in, and the ones that I see that I've played is Blazing Blade.
Yeah, that's his debut.
The mobile one, which was the one from 2017, Fire Emblem Heroes. And then the one on the 3DS, which was Fire Emblem Awakening. And
he was a sticker in Awakening. Yeah.
He's been he's been great in everything. So he's been in 3 games and he's been a winner for me in 3 games. So that's a 3 dub for him. So
God damn it, Eric.
I just got that.
It took Phil a second to process.
I'm surprised Lance hasn't picked up on it.
Oh no, he has. That's why he looked down.
Oh, okay.
All right, Jake, you're up next again. So here we go.
All right.
You're last.
All right. So people probably know this character, so a visual is not really needed. Pulling from one of my favorite franchises again. Pulling from the Tekken series.
Okay.
And character that we did see in that in that animated Tekken series that came out a few years ago.
They need to bring that back, by the way.
They do.
I agree.
Someone we were gonna get in that god awful live action movie, and looking back, I'm very glad that didn't happen. And that is the main man himself, King, based off of Japan's Tiger Mask. He is, this Latino wrestler that essentially fights alongside his partner Armor King to keep their orphanage afloat, so these street orphans have a place to grow up and live in. And the King mantle is actually worn by 2 people over the course of the series, because you have the first King in Tekken's 1 to 2, and in between 2 and 3, he's killed by the antagonist of 3, Ogre. And then from 3 onward, it's the second King, and I love both those characters kind of equally. But I was also really into wrestling growing up, so getting introduced to that character in these games, I was kind of drawn to them instantly. And like Lance said, they need to bring that series back. And hey, if Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter do well this year, maybe that will convince them that they need to do a proper shot at Tekken this time.
All right, before we move on with the wheel, we're going to stop the poll. You guys have easily picked by 50% Mr. H Reviews. So I will be covering him soon, maybe in a live stream, probably on a Copecast. So thank you guys for doing that.
I'm a good pitch man, according to Chris, for Tekken. I'm a good pitch man.
Oh, my gosh. All right, let's spin and see. I got 2 shots here, but I bet Phil's going to get it. So let's just go ahead and see.
So to answer Jaybird's thing, talking about Advance Wars.
Yeah.
If you don't know Fire Emblem, let me put it to you this way. Fire Emblem is basically Advance Wars with swords and magic.
Yeah, it's Advance Wars meets Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah. It's made, like, Fire Emblem and Advance Wars are both made by Intelligent Systems, so the resemblance is there.
All right.
So it's just, we got a 50-50 shot here, but I'm going to do my second one. I can't believe I'm just now getting to my second one. I'm going to stick with the women of video games, and I'm going to go with one that is probably one of the most well-known lead women of all time in video games, and that is Lara Croft from Tomb Raider. Absolutely love that character in almost every iteration. There's a couple of them that wasn't my favorite, but for the most part, I pretty much loved her in everything. I even loved the movies about her, so pretty excited to see that coming up with that new show. We have Sophie playing her. I'm curious to see what that's going to be like. But Lara Croft is my next choice. I promise I will pick a dude for the next one. So,
what is your favorite Tomb Raider game?
Well, I'm a classics person, so for me, I'm going back to the OG, like the very first Tomb Raider.
Fair, totally fair.
Yeah, but which one would you guys say is the best if you had to pick a Tomb Raider?
I'm probably with you. The original one.
Yeah, the one that came out, the last one that came out for PS5, I think. Was it PS5? I can't remember the name of it, but it was glitched out. I tried to play it several times and it was glitchy and I could never get it.
Yeah, it was really buggy.
It made me rage quit how glitchy it was. Like
I couldn't even get through the first part of the game. The audio was not matching with the mouths and stuff. It was really bad. I was pissed off about that one.
Yeah.
No, you mean the ADR was out of sync?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got.
It's like looking at a Pokeball.
And of course, I'm going to congratulate Phil on getting it, but of course it left me for last. Of course it did, every time. So, all right, Phil, what's your final one? You got a lot of picks. Phil's had to work overtime tonight on this. So.
Well, they say nice guys finish last, Eric, so.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay, well, my last pick is also a silent protagonist, and it is from one of my absolute favorite franchises of all time. I have played the vast majority of the games in this entire franchise, and you could argue that every protagonist is silent in these games, but I'm going with the OG, and that, of course, is Red from Pokemon.
Yep.
And the reason I say that is because outside of the lore that is presented in, say, the manga and even from the creators, I just feel that, like, you know, the character has been depicted in a number of different ways. You know, you've got Pokemon Origins, where it kind of goes over the rivalry between him and Blue, Professor Oak. You've got also the battle in Gold, Silver, and Crystal Heart Gold and Soul Silver, where you battle Red at the top of Mount Silver. And even in, as much as I don't like Sun and Moon, you battle Red and Green there. And he's, you know, Ash may be like the face of the Pokemon anime, but the face of the franchise is Red. There's a reason why in Smash Brothers,
it's Red.
It's Red, right?
Yeah.
There's just something superbly iconic, especially about the Fire Red Leaf Green version of Red, where he's got the red and white hat, the vest, the VS Seeker. I love this character because, in a way, it transports me into the game, and I Pokemon is like one of my favorite franchises, if not my favorite franchise of all time, next to Batman. And Charizard is my favorite starter, so I instinctually just go back to Red. Don't get me wrong, I love Gold and Silver, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Those are probably my favorite games in the entire franchise, even though Emerald and Platinum probably come as a very close tie. But my favorite protagonist is absolutely Red.
I saw that, Lance.
Wow,
I
Lance.
see it too.
Self-promo, hashtag self-promo.
All right. My last one is, I thought someone was going to pick this character, to be quite honest, but there's so many choices when it comes to video games. I'm going to go with the character that's had a really long history in gaming, and the two iterations we had of this character are both equally fucking cool, and that is Kratos from the OG God of War and from the new God of War. Like, I just love his character, and specifically the updated God of War, the one that we got, you know, right after they changed everything and went
2018,
yeah, with that era. I was going through a really, really rough patch at that point, and that game was literally my escape from the real world, and it was a crazy game. I love everything about it. The lore is really amazing in it. And I know that the first look is pretty fucking bad for the God of War TV show, but I'm going to keep out hope that it's going to be good in the end.
I think people are blowing that out of proportion.
We'll see.
Forward to that.
Yeah,
I got that game for free when I actually got my second PlayStation 4. I got that and Horizon. I haven't played Horizon. I kind of want to go back and do God of War, though, because I want to play that and then play through Ragnarok.
Yeah. Oh, Ragnarok,
we got some super
I know you might be shocked to hear this, but something with the subtitle Ragnarok is actually good.
We got some super chats here with people giving their options. So South Texas Shark with a $2 super chat. Thank you for your super chat. Snake from Metal Gear, Nathan from Uncharted, and Joker from Persona 5.
Fair.
I can never get into the Persona games.
It's a very acquired taste, Persona games, for sure. Lone Wolf with the $5 super chat gave 5 of them. Ryu Hayabusa, Sephiroth, Dante. Dante was on my short list. Ada Wong and Leon. Yeah, Leon was another one that I had in my back pocket. If I would have had a bonus pick, it would have probably been Dante or Leon.
Is it bad for me to say I prefer Virgil over Dante?
No, it's fine. Yeah, Virgil's cool. I think Virgil's a cooler version of Dante,
and
in my
especially
opinion.
If you're playing Marvel Capcom 3, Virgil is a way more busted version.
Yes, for sure. And we have Big Fieldy with the $2.99 super chat. Thank you, Big Fieldy. Where's the love for my boy Duke Nukem? Well, there we go. Anybody a fan of Duke Nukem? Phil said not here.
There were so many copies of Duke Nukem that we just got back at GameStop when I worked there because nobody wanted to play the Duke Nukem game on Xbox 360.
Yeah, Duke Nukem Forever, that's one of the worst games I've ever played.
Like, people would play it, and then 24 hours later, they'd be like, yeah, this game's garbage. I want my money back.
No, I was chatting to a buddy of mine at GameStop, and I said, like, yeah, I saw Duke Nukem going for, like, $10 online. He looked at the computer. He's like, pretty sure we have it for less than that here.
Yeah.
So Big Fieldy says Chris over Leon all day. Fetman says Star Killer, Nico, and Edward.
All right.
Edward Kenway, okay, from Assassin's Creed, okay.
Nico from what again?
Probably Nico Bellic from Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah, it is Nico Bellic. Yeah. Sorry, I just said first names. Chris with list 3, Masters Xehanort, Bayonetta.
Bayonetta,
and Pac-Man. There we go.
All right. Nobody said Mario.
I
know.
Mario. Look, I actually thought Mario was a first choice character, so I didn't bother with Mario or Luigi or any of the characters from that. Yeah, look, this is one of those things where we could have given people a top 10. Like honestly, it was just that many options for it. So
played a lot of fucking video games. So.
I did consider Dante, like Devil May Cry 3. Dante's Awakening is one of my, if not my favorite game in the entire franchise. I love that game so much.
While we wait for people to vote on the poll for fun, we're going to go around and everybody shout out something they might want to get people to check out this week. So $2 super chat from South Texas Shark. What did you watch this week? I'm currently watching, and I'm halfway done with it, a new show on Netflix called Big Mistakes, which is really funny. If you ever seen Schitt's Creek, it's kind of like that. Because obviously Dan Levy is the one that's in charge of it. So
isn't Dan Levy in charge? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the main characters. It's hilarious. He plays a priest and gets wrapped up in like this. I don't want to give too much away. He gets wrapped up in some bad shit. So it's really funny. It's like if you like Schitt's Creek, you will like this show. It's essentially like that. So I would shout that out. So we're gonna go clockwise. So Jake, what do you got for this week?
I've been rewatching some more episodes of Ash vs. Evil Dead, working your way up to Evil Dead coming out in July, and then slowly getting my way through Star Trek Strange New World. That's like one of the only Star Trek products that I haven't already
That's
seen.
A good one. Strange New World is probably one of the best ones. Yeah,
it's one of the only Trek projects, that's the word, that I haven't consumed that I still want to, because there are others that I just couldn't give less of a shit about. And
we got some more seasons of that coming too, by the way.
Yeah, we do. And I'm going to see Mario Galaxy tomorrow. So
okay, there we go. Phil, anything you want to shout out for this week?
I have been watching Cobra Kai again. I'm on season 5, episode 8.
So good.
New thing I caught about halfway through and then I had to turn off, not because I didn't like it, but just because I couldn't really stand what was going on. The Manosphere doc on Netflix.
Oh,
yeah.
I've been watching that, and I just got to say, like, I turned it off, not because I wasn't digging it, but just because I was just so disgusted by a lot of these, influencers I've never heard of and the people they look up to, and like this whole conversation regarding toxic masculinity in such a time that we're in, politically speaking. And I'm just like, oh yeah, no, if this is what is really making its waves to, young gentlemen online, I'm terrified. I'm absolutely horrified. I am appalled at some of the behavior, some of the things these people are saying in regards to how they treat women and all of this. It's just like, this is disgusting on so many levels. And I'm, appreciative of the fact that someone took the time to be like, yeah, no, this is a thing that's happening and it's pretty gnarly.
So much of it just goes unaddressed.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, it just reinforced my stance of like, yeah, no, I am not going to be that in any regard at all. No.
So that makes me want to check it out, but also makes me worried to check it out. So
it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I want to be informed of this and see what it's really like, but then you get informed of it and you're like, dear God, this is abhorrent. It's
so you're saying it's worse than what any of us could have imagined, right? Is that what you're saying?
Totally. Like, they've got footage of Andrew and his brother Tate there, and it's like, F these guys and the people they interview. It's just, they're knockoffs.
Like we already knew they were kind of shit, but this makes it like even worse.
Right.
Gotcha.
100%.
Right.
You see the underlings of like what they have spawned in essence, right?
And the fact that it's even garnered a movement. I hate using that word.
So I want to put this out there, and this is really important. I think, Reed, this is kind of something that has vanished over the last probably decade, is that there is a bunch of really bad role models for young men, and there's not a lot of good ones because they don't get promoted on social media. Social media rewards the shittiest things, and unfortunately, that is this goes, I don't want to get too political here about it or whatever, but like we're talking about culture and stuff. This is definitely something that if you are someone going into politics or you're somebody who wants to actually make a change in the world right now, this is a really important thing to focus on. And I don't think people have the right answers. And if that docuseries you're talking about is exactly what I think it is, it's probably worse than what I think it is.
Not a series,
it's just
hour and a half doc.
Oh, it's an hour. Okay. Yeah. I definitely don't want to, I think this is something people people need to definitely focus on. Lance, what did you watch this week, and what do you want to shout out?
I want to shout out High Potential.
Okay.
Yes, I've heard
High
of this.
Potential.
Heard.
High Potential is a great show. It's a police procedural. It's an adaptation of a show from the UK. So they just made their own American version. This season finale set so many things in motion for season 3. Has so many people on the edge of their seat. Introducing the actor Steve Howie came in for the season, but only for one. He only signed on for one season, which is not really heard of. Like I've never heard of somebody just saying, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna come in and play a major role for just one season." So finding out that he was like, and they let us know right after the finale aired, like, yeah, he's done, and seeing what happens with his character, it's a huge cliffhanger. But knowing that he's just, he's not gonna be a series regular next season is weird. But it makes me wonder where they're going. Like that show had me on the edge of my seat the entire season. This show was really, really good.
Isn't the lead one of the former leads of Always Sunny?
Yep, Caitlin Olsen, and she's
right.
Great. Caitlin Olsen is amazing. She is amazing in this show.
Man, I love Always Sunny.
I want to let everybody know that's a link to the Discord server. If you join, be careful. We have a bunch of mods now, and they are Jake has trained them well. So just be sure that to be nice, keep it cute, or you're going to get put on mute. So here we go. Who had the best list? The results are in, and apparently I had the best at 40%. Phil came in at 30%. Lance at 20%, and Jake only got 10% of the vote. I do want to point out that Lance voted for himself. So just want to.
I also want to point out that I play.
Somebody else voted for me too.
I didn't vote at all. My hands were
me either.
Here.
I also play a lot of obscure games, so
that's true. Yeah. I actually think that your Fire Emblem character probably threw a lot of people off.
Yeah,
Jafar, most likely. All right, we got a couple more super chats, and then we're gonna jump out for the night. $2 from Lone Wolf. Jake, how do you feel about Reyna and Tekken so far?
Just a character that exists.
All right, well, there we go. You got your answer. Staggerforth, the 199 super chat. I've been watching The Hunting Party. What is that on? I've heard that a couple times. I don't know what that is.
It's on Peacock.
Okay. All right. One of the shows I was watching that I didn't think was funny actually got canceled, which was DMV on Peacock. Did anybody watch that?
I'm pissed. I am pissed. DMV was good, and what pissed me off is they canceled the Damon Wayans show, Papa's House, which was also good. They canceled that? They canceled that in favor of DMV just to go and cancel DMV.
Right. DMV got canceled after one season.
So you canceled a good show to bring on a good show, but ended up canceling the second good show. So
I will say I'm enjoying Scrubs. I don't know if you guys are watching the Scrubs revival. I'm actually enjoying the Scrubs revival. I think it's been pretty good so far.
So I haven't seen the revival. I saw I think up through season 8 of the original series, and then I stopped.
Lone Wolf says Reyna has an amazing moveset. You can't lie to me. Damn.
Her moveset's fine. Character, on the other hand...
Taj is asking the important questions. Who invited Lance?
I have a standing invitation since I am one of the ones who started all of this way back in the early.
Speaking of, people keep asking me about Pagey. When Pagey gets back to me, we will stream. I haven't heard back from him in 2 weeks, so I don't know what Pagey is doing.
He's probably busy down. He's probably busy down under.
Well, he got a new job where he's traveling a lot, so I don't know. He's probably out of the country or something. I haven't heard from him, but as soon as I do, I'll let everybody know, and we'll schedule a stream. With that being said, let's do counterclockwise, starting with Lance. Tell everybody where they can find you, and if you got anything you want to promo.
You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, all social media, Lance_Geek Drums. Been just dropping more and more content, trying to ramp up, trying to get my subscriber numbers and follower numbers up. So yeah, I'm just doing more television reviews and trying to cover every movie possible. and run everybody crazy with this guy back here on my wall.
Okay. Which one? Which one of the ones on your wall?
The more important one, not the flash one.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Phil, what about you? Where can they find you?
Oh, you know, YouTube, Vero, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok. You can catch
everywhere
me
but Twitter.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere but Twitter. You can catch my hot takes, and I will agree with Jake. Spider-Man 3, I will watch any day of the week over Superman 2025. Yeah, hot take.
All right.
You know, I did Mortal Kombat Punisher reactions, and then I also did a this movie was made, and that's kind of my thing on TikTok. I did it for Joker and Joker Folia do, so go check that out.
I want to produce that one. I'm kidding.
Harrison says, cheers to the panel for a great stream as always. Hope y'all in chat have a great weekend. Shout out to Harrison. Thank you so much. South Take Shark, that crazy with the gas situation. Yeah, I think Australia does weird shit when they have to raise gas prices, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you don't say.
But anyway, Jake, what about you?
You can catch me at Joypad Jake on YouTube, but in my own show, Jake's Lost Levels on Sundays, where I go through the process of getting a bunch of game data back. I'm thinking about, once I work my way through a handful of these games, of incorporating some retro games in there, some ones people have heard of and some they haven't. Working my way towards monetization too, very close. Had my Mortal Kombat 2 trailer reaction go up today, and it's been steadily climbing over these past few hours, so definitely go give that some love.
Did you get hit with a copyright on that?
Nope,
Okay.
I did not.
Your new formula is working for you for sure.
Yep, because it worked for Supergirl, it worked for Lanterns, and it worked for this, so I'm going to keep using it. Outside of that, I got rankings, retro reviews, all that shit. I have... I'm going to have at least one more Arkham ranking come out before my Lost Level stream. That's kind of the goal. And then I think I teased this before, but a handful of Batman and Spider-Man related videos that I have to work my way through before we get to the end of May for Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, because that game's going to take up a lot of my summer.
All right. Well, I do get one more super chat here before I give my final shout outs. Lone Wolf $2 super chat. You ever thought about doing Patreon content, guys? I had a Patreon for years. I know they've updated over time. It never really did much for me because I didn't think I could add anything over there to make it worth it for people to leave YouTube to go over to Patreon and watch anything, especially with YouTube memberships. I feel like I can do all of that over here with early access videos, custom badges, emojis, all of those things. I do have a Ko-fi or coffee, however you pronounce it over here.
Who pronounces it like that?
I don't know. Is it coffee or is it Ko-fi? I don't know which one it is.
I've never heard anyone say Ko-fi.
Really? Okay, well, this thing, which is linked to almost everything I have, does have a Patreon type situation where you can be a member. I haven't turned it on yet, but if I did decide to do some sort of membership based content, it would be on this platform because it's much easier to use on mobile for me. And I heard Patreon is kind of shisty with their creators. So I don't know. Has anybody else ever bothered with Patreon? I like I said, I had one for a while, but I just never found it to be very useful for me.
I might if I get a bigger audience that warrants it.
Okay. I know with Patreon you can put up copyrighted stuff behind a paywall because they store it on their server. So, like if you want to react to a movie, you can put it on there as long as it doesn't get found by the studios and won't get claimed and taken down. So, all right. Well, that's pretty much it, you guys. I did my review for The Boys today on my channel, on the Reloaded channel. You can check that out. I clowned on some people still talking about Millie Alcock like they have something to say on my Debunks channel. Tomorrow I've got it's just the same. They're still complaining about the same stupid thing. Patreon has a free mode now. I know that, Lone Wolf. I haven't really looked at it. Maybe I'll go back and check it out. I will see. Tomorrow I'm doing a video about the Discussing Film interview with Charlie Cox. That'll go up tomorrow on the Reloaded channel. And tomorrow is a Nerdrotic call-out video on my Debunks channel. So all of that's going up over the next couple of days. Anyway, I will see everyone later. Have a great night, and we'll see everyone next time. Hey there, if you're seeing this, that means we have reached the end of the stream. Thanks so much for your continued support with comments, likes, subscriptions, super stickers, and super chats. I just want to give a special shout out to all of the channel members who have contributed to the success of this channel with paid tiers. On the screen, you will see your name displayed as a signal of appreciation from myself and the channel. If you would like to see your name on this list, consider selecting a tier with the join or plus button, depending on your platform. Thanks again, everyone. Let's hang out soon in the next stream, and I'll see you then.